bit weird by the time we start this up. It should have a proper size once we go into the actual game, but I think the intro might be slightly off-center, but it should resolve itself. I haven't honestly fucked around with this very much. So, yeah, this might be very loud, by the way. So, if it is, I'm sorry. Oh, nice quality options. Okay, so what do I know about Harvester? Well, I read about it when it came out a little bit. This was pre-internet, for me anyway. I got some of those fucking magazines, and there was a lot of shite, and there was a walkthrough for this, and it looked weird, and none of it made sense. So apparently there was a lot of controversy about this shit when it first came out. And yeah, I think it was like Phantasmagoria, gore for the sake of gore, and people were like, oh mates, so the game marketed itself. Anyway, so I was hoping the intro would sort of give us some insight into what was going on, but it was mainly just credits, so well. Left click on an object to grab it. Right click to put it in inventory. penny saved is hardly worth the effort. Use the left mouse button to move your character around the screen. If you get stuck in a puzzle, talk to other characters, and they will give you clues. Avoid cliches like the plague. Information is precious, don't waste it. If you get stuck in a puzzle, try using items in crazy, illogical ways, fuck's sake. Save your game often, especially before trying something crazy, illogical, or dangerous. Holding down the control button plus the arrow keys allows you to attack opponents. Look before you leap. Read the manual, I refuse. That's not very nice. Look at him. I guess we do the Nigel approach. We go everywhere, examine everything, and then we look at the walkthrough if we get stuck, just to keep it going. An official Dust Bowl basketball autographed by GP Ith. That was not what I wanted you to do. Not sure why he's... I can die because of conversation choices. Well... Well, I don't want to accidentally leave something in here we need. Oh, hello. Fucking nice. Equator. Oh yeah, mates. Got some right shite. His walk. Oh, fantastic. That is a large ass kid. How do I walk him? Ah, I see, okay. Ah! Did not mean to do that. Why am I so... I can't go down. Mahogany shelves. Newspaper. Bit racist armor. Master bedroom. How do I talk to people? Oh. That was some punch. Okay, well. I have never played this before, Toaster Man. I've just heard about it every now and then. I have not watched anyone play it. I appear to be stuck. Oh, I need to save? Alright. There we go. There we are. I appear to be stuck on this lady. What the fuck? I think I skipped something.
What were you thinking? Attacking someone like that? With so many witnesses around? You'll have plenty of time to think about it, boy.
Somebody help me! What do you people want from me?
Too late for that, boy. Ain't it, Sergeant?
Indeed it is, Sheriff. Answers may only be found in the lodge, and you must be alive to seek them.
That is exactly how that works. What? We weren't in a hospital. Game over. Okay, well, that was Harvester. Time for arrival. Well... Okay, let's get this shite. I do admire his ability to punt wildly into the air and immediately do his mother in, or whatever that was. I can't get near the kid. I can't go down. This is as far down as he'll go, and he keeps accidentally going in there.
What?
Ugh.
Leave me alone, Steve, or I'll tell Mom on you.
Steve.
Say what?
Nice.
Mom's in the kitchen, and if you bug me, I'll call her.
Look, do you know me?
Wish I didn't, 'cause then you wouldn't be my brother, and I'd have your room, and all the presents at Christmas. Though I will soon enough anyway, 'cause you're a lousy rat.
You're my brother?
No duh.
Listen, I don't mean to, bug you, but I can't seem to remember anything. Will you please just tell me who you are?
Mom, Steve is bugging me.
Steve, leave Hank alone right now.
Steve, are you talking to me?
Yeah, only I don't want to be, 'cause I'm trying to watch my cowboy show.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm telling you, I need your help. I've lost my memory.
Have not. Cut it out.
I'm telling you the truth.
You always were a kidder, Steve. Leave me alone. I'm sick.
Yeah, I think so, Terry, but it might just have been the same actor for a different tweet. Sick or cowboy show? What's wrong
with you?
I got a headache and a stomachache.
Then why aren't you in bed?
'Cause I want to watch my cowboy show.
You look all right to me.
I'm not faking. I couldn't go to school because I'm sick. Daddy's sick in bed too. And Mom believes me anyway. So shut up.
Have you noticed that your show is in black and white?
What else? Color? On a TV?
Well, I think I've seen a color television before.
Have not. Quit it or I'm gonna tell.
Hey, look at that. Your mother lets you watch this stuff?
Sure. This is part of history. What made America great. And besides, blood and guts are neato.
I could watch the cowboy show too? Yeah.
I'm glad you're catching on, Steve. You're not too bad for a lousy rat.
Have you noticed that your show is in black?
What?
Well,
Have
hey, look at...
sure what made Well, you can't stop me.
Okay, why not just tell me where I am?
'Cause that's a dumb question. And you're not fooling me with that magnesia stuff.
Amnesia, you mean? All right, fine. But will you at least tell me what school you go to?
The same school everyone in Harvest graduates from. One way or another.
I don't understand.
You're not supposed to. Yet.
Your dad is asleep?
He and Mom went at it last night pretty hard. He stayed in bed. I saw what she did to him. It was pretty bad.
Did they fight or fuck?
Like you don't know. I saw you and her on the couch last Wednesday night. Guess that's why she's grounded now, huh? Too bad you wouldn't pay me and I had to tell, huh?
What are you talking about? What girl?
What? Is there another one too? Wait till I tell.
I hate this kid.
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
All summer, it's been Stephanie this and Stephanie that. And now you don't remember? You think I'm dumb or something?
Yes.
No, I just can't remember anything, like I said.
Well, you better remember quick, because the wedding's in 2 weeks.
What?
Leave me alone so I can
Face.
watch TV. I said I don't want to talk about her anymore.
That's a weird-looking television. Come to think of it, this whole place looks totally retro.
What do you mean, retro? All TVs look alike.
Sure, basically. But this is one old-fashioned clunker.
Old-fashioned? It's brand new.
Yeah, but look at the tube. Where's the remote control?
Nice.
What's that?
Now that I think about it, I can't remember.
And
fuck?
what was that you said about retro rockets?
No, retro. It means... Oh man, I know what I mean. That everything here is wrong. But I can't picture the difference.
Then shut up and quit bugging me. I'm watching my terrible show. Say what? Say what?
Ah!
Good. Finally.
Alright, so we save now, yeah? We're gonna name it Ass so we remember what it's called. Also, this game has options, apparently. Ah! Want me to, I can turn this off? What will... Okay. What's the point? That's the kitchen. Firmly locked. That's where Daddy-o must be then. I cannot punch the kid, sadly. How do I watch the TV show? Well, I would punch the kid and see how he disintegrates. But I can't go over there. I'm stuck. Keep accidentally going in there instead. God damn it. A newborn. Very descript. Why did they put the shitty diapers in the cabinet? That's weird.
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's plenty of rejects in the trash.
Who are you?
Oh, Rumpy.
That's a fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
Land's sake, stop your joshing, won't you? Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
So that's my name. Steve.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me, young man.
Listen, this may sound strange, but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
Yeah. Cunt. What's the fucking meaning, KRI? I have a sister.
Sister?
Ah, okay.
You'll wake her. I just put her down to sleep. If she wakes up, she'll just want to eat again. Darn it, I'm busy, and if you think I'm going to play along with this nonsense, you're crazier than Sparky down at the firehouse.
Fine. Maybe I am crazy. I can't rule that out. Why can't you just help me a little? Is that too much to ask?
Now you've done it. Are you happy? Poor baby. There, there. Did your brother scare you? Let me see. Darn that wasp woman. She's a monster. That's what she is.
Right. Well, kids are gross.
What a thing to say to your mother. Was that an invitation now that your father is out of action?
Ugh. Yes.
Maybe later, dear. Right now I have housework to do.
What the
Though you can watch if you want.
fucking...
Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Yeah, so far the only normal thing here is the child. Hi.
I told you I'm busy, Steve. Why don't you talk to Hank, or go next door and visit Stephanie, or go get an early start on your new job?
So how did she disable the dad, man?
That's right, a job. Your father has everything set up at the meat plant. After your honeymoon with Stephanie, you'll start out as a butcher in the slaughterhouse just like anybody else. Don't expect any favors just because you're the boss's son.
Work at a slaughterhouse? My memory may be shaky, but I do know I don't want to spend my life as a butcher.
You'll get used to it, Steve. Sooner or later, you'll have to.
That sounds like a threat.
Just a fact. Harvest is a small town, and if you want to be with Stephanie, you'll have to get your hands dirty. Jobs are scarce, so it's either work for your father, or join the lodge if you can. Harvest is a town unlike any you've ever known.
In what way?
I don't have time to go into it now. Why not take a walk around town and pester someone else? I'm busy.
And just who is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you start in on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Fiancé? This is insane!
Oh, you're not having second thoughts about marrying Stephanie? Is that what this silliness is all about? Pre-wedding jitters?
Can something like that produce amnesia?
Stop this foolishness right now and count your blessings. Stephanie is great at cooking and cleaning.
Nice.
Look, all this talk about weddings is nuts. I'm not marrying anybody till I figure out what's going on here.
First the heartbreak of psoriasis, and now this. 2 weeks before the wedding and you're backing out. Whatever will the neighbors think?
I can't marry someone I don't even know.
Fine, have it your way, but leave me out of it. If you're going to break Stephanie's heart, you march right next door and do it yourself. And don't expect me to write you a note.
Yeah. Well, this all seems pretty normal so far.
What's cooking and cleaning got to do with anything?
Honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You may not appreciate a hot meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon enough, I'll bet.
You're saying that's all there is to marriage? Cooking and cleaning?
Well, you'll have to ask your father about that, but I'm sure Stephanie will do her duty when the time comes.
She just offered to fuck me, and now she's being coy about Hump. Tell me.
Bless your innocence, but there are certain disgusting truths that go along with marriage. Facts that can't be disguised by sheets which wrap around the contours of flexing go-go's and bouncing legs. You can't know what I'm talking about, and that's best. When the time comes to make a baby with Stephanie, you'll have to make your peace with the fact that when a farmer plants his seed, he can't help but get some nasty dirt on his hoe.
I don't think you impregnate assholes, if that's what you're referring to. I didn't... Well, I exclaimed fuck, Blood Realm. I exclaimed fuck, and she took it as an offer, so obviously... Like, look at this. What she just said, my response is like, fuck. And she goes...
What a thing to say to your mother. Was that an invitation, now that your father is out of action?
See, there you go. And I was like, no.
You mind your mouth, young man. That's a fine way to talk to your mother, and a member in good standing of the PTA. Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Right. I may save, because this was a bit weird. Okay, so... A good sign, at least, when I accidentally killed her, the game ended with a cutscene, which means that we probably won't be able to get Dead Man Walking in this. For those of you who don't know that term, it's when you fuck something up, usually in an adventure game. That means you can't complete it, and you won't find out until much later. So that's good. Oh.
Leave me alone, will ya? This is the good part.
I exclaim fuck at what I've just seen. Not offering to fuck the boy, I exclaim fuck at what I've just witnessed on the TV. That is my intention by writing fuck.
Say what?
The boy does not understand.
Good. Fine on.
I leave. Oh, Walt's been here and throw a fucking pizza on the roof. Okay, so I don't want spoilers, but I would like to ask questions such as, are there any items I missed picking up in the house? Kill all the children, as you wish. Ah, fuck! Ah! Well, this is America after all, I guess, so... See, this is what happens if everyone fucking has a gun. You get some normal situation where you punch the fucking paperboy, and then all of a sudden someone's dead. That would not have escalated in a normal country in that manner.
Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hey, how come you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning? Yeah? Well, try to remember, will ya? How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
The Sentinel building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be Jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes in mine. Say, you got any spare sneakers?
Yeah, do I? I haven't picked any up. Let's claim we do.
Whoa, that's great. Maybe we could trade.
What could you give me?
You know Miss Whaley and Principal Harold down at the school? Well, I found out they're messing around with each other in the broom closet. I can tell you when they meet and trade you some keys that'll let you catch them red-handed. What do you say?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Before I give away the keys, let me see those sneakers.
First the keys, then the sneakers.
Do we have sneakers?
Nuh-uh.
Are we giving
If you're trying to pull a fast
him
one
our
on me,
sneakers?
get it. You don't get the keys till I see the sneakers, and that's that. See you later, alligator.
Oh, I can't say cunt to him. Okay, so apart from Steve, this guy seems the most normal we've met so far, except for the fact, of course, he shot us repeatedly. I don't really like the way when I was getting knocked back from the pistol. I mean, you're probably supposed to die to this kid, but if you attack him. But like, Steve is very slow to walk anywhere. See, I'm trying to hold a button. Whenever I click, he walks a set distance. It's not... I can also hold it down to make him keep going. That will be really annoying if I have to actually fight something at some point, I think. Okay, so there's a missile base. There's a barber shop, post office, a general store, a... Potsdam residence? Isn't that a place in Berlin? Leica, help me. Abandoned house. Potsdam Plus? Yeah, it is. I've been there. Johnson residence, abandoned house, cemetery, the lodge, barbershop, post office. Yeah. The neighbors. The neighbors are the Potsdam people, I guess. Wait, okay, so... Well, so, hold on, let's back up a bit. The kid wants to give me a key so I can see someone fucking. How does that work? Has he locked them in a closet and they are fucking in there continuously? And he allows himself entry to the closet every now and then to watch them fuck, and they remain in the closet fucking? How does that work? Do they not leave? Can they not get out the closet? Is it a special pee-pee closet? I don't know. Let's keep that in mind. This is a weird fucking house. Oh, he said he tells you when they fuck. I see, okay. I thought he talked about a key as well. I hear someone firing what I believe to be a bow. Well, let's go in. What a fine man, and he's got a picture of meat. The man of the house squeezing his meat. Nice. As if it needed this fucking music to sound weird. Mr. Potsdam.
There he is, my future son-in-law. And how's he doing today? What brings him to the Potsdam household, huh? Huh?
The memory shit leads us nowhere, and we only have two choices, so I'm going to pick this one.
Oh, you'll have to ask the missus about that. Stephanie's grounded to the wedding. Can't have her changing her mind at the last minute, not with all that meat at stake.
Alright, so the mother mentioned that we worked for our father. I thought this guy, from what he appears to be hinting at, he's the butcher, or maybe he just likes meat and wants to marry into a butcher's family? Is that it? Maybe he'll tell us immediately? And I
Meat
won't
is
have
the
to.
foundation of any decent society. Everyone needs at least 3 servings of red meat a day. And anyone who says otherwise is a commie. And once you're married to Stephanie, I'll be part of the family too. And your father will give me all the meat I want. Kinda makes up for not getting into the lodge.
There we fucking go. I predict here. This makes me wise and genre savvy. And the thing you do playing games like this, when you predict something randomly like that, you praise the game for good design even though it was completely random. Okay, let's offer to fuck as usual.
Stop mumbling, Steve. I can't understand you at all. Stop mumbling,
Damn it.
Steve. I can't understand you at all.
I'll say large to him eventually. I'm gonna start from the top. Why is Stephanie grounded?
Well, don't look at me. Mrs. Potsdam wants Stephanie to study hard for her finals. If it was up to me, you could go straight upstairs, but you know, the little woman, you'll have to ask her permission to see Stephanie. Sorry, Steve. The last thing I want to do is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat at stake. You will remind your dad about the meat. Won't you?
Meat at stake. Mate. I like my meat well done.
Stop mumbling, Steve. I can't understand you at all. Stop mumbling, Steve.
Damn
I
it.
can't understand you at all.
Damn it.
Stop mumbling, Steve. I can't understand you.
Okay, we can't ask about Stephanie anymore. It went away, but if we write it, can we ask again? Ah, there we go. Yes.
Mrs. Potsdam grounded Stephanie. So, you'd better go ask her permission before you go upstairs. Sorry, Steve. The last thing I want to do is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat at stake. You will remind your dad about the meat. Won't you?
Okay, so it's weird. This guy seems to hold Steve's father in reverence, even though Steve's father got polluted by his mother, either by some sort of humpery, which is insinuated, I think, after we offered to fuck his mother. But I guess it's just because of the meat. Let's,
I haven't seen my father. He's locked in a room.
He's not going to die, is he?
Like I said, I don't know. That woman, Mom, tends to him herself.
Well, next time you see him, be sure to tell him that I said hello. And tell him that I'm praying for his speedy recovery. And also, would you remind him about the meat? Especially about the meat.
Yeah, fine. If I see him.
You should be more concerned. If he dies, then who's going to take over the slaughterhouse? Who's going to tend to the meat? I guess as his son,
look at him.
You'd take over. Right?
Well, I'm sure we can meet somewhere along the way. I'll try asking him about steak, like I'm being told.
Stop mumbling, Steve.
Oh, God damn it. This guy sort of reminds me of someone what got fucked in the head. He seems familiar.
I can't imagine a better job than working in a slaughterhouse.
It doesn't seem that picking one option locks us out of asking the same thing again than picking the other, but I don't know, how should we stick with this? Should we try to say everything, or should we... whatever do? Man might kill you if I say one.
Bite your tongue with that serpent's tooth. Your dad's slaughterhouse is the most successful business in Harvest. You'll love it there.
It's a population of
sure.
51 people.
Cutting animals open may not be much fun. Reaching into their bodies and yanking out the bloody guts, intestines dangling and slapping against you, the smell of death and shit in your nostrils all the time. Well, those are all definite cons. But once you're done, guts have been washed
What the
into
hell?
the gutters. What are you left with?
Fucking hell.
Meat. Rows and rows of scrumptious, red meat.
Well, there's not much lust if we die here. We can always just load and try again. We can skip through the dialogue to get quickly back where we were. I think going back out and saving would probably take longer. We can't ask him about the lodge now, so let's do that.
Why are you so anxious to get into the lodge?
There's wonders inside. I've heard there's more meat in there than they know what to do with. Now that you're of age, Steve, you might go down to the post office and fill out a lodge application. They're always looking for new blood.
Why is there... It sounds like the sea slowly crashing up and then it just fucking goes bleh.
Tell me about this wedding.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to hold the wedding down at the funeral parlor, since I'm not a member of the lodge. Mr. Moynihan has given his okay, and your father is going to cater the affair with plenty of meat.
Worse than the dude in Preacher. That's not very fucking specific. The shite show.
Moynihan is the undertaker. He also runs the Wayward Hotel. Since he's providing the space for the wedding, you might stop by and say hello to him, just to be sociable. But whatever you do, be sure to say hi to your father for me.
Yes.
Will you do that? Tell him hi, and remind him of the meat.
He's a fucking butcher. How would he forget meat? Want a dowry.
Stop mumbling.
God damn it. Right, so apparently being a butcher involves a lot of pus. I've been told. Used to do this food hygiene shit, and one of the guys there used to be a butcher. The teacher, he would always tell these fucking stories. When the way they do like I'm gonna go into the other room hoping that noise won't be there so I can talk in there. That didn't help. When they did the growth hormones for the pigs, it was basically just an assembly line where they shot it into them with this automatic syringe. And apparently, a lot of the time, bits of the syringe would break off inside the pigs. And this would create a massive abscess inside the pig that would then explode when it was butchered. This was pretty common. I'm fairly certain they moved away from the needles. It's not the best thing in the world. Yes, let's actually try to kill him. If we can get back out. Where the fuck is he? Can I get close enough to punch him? Yes, his head came straight off. I'm going to load immediately, because we just wanted to see what happened. And we don't need to see us being taken away by the police. That cutscene is, we've seen it. Not draining on okay. They would blow up when the butcher poked them, depending on the size. A lot of them got completely sprayed with that shit, but they, after being seasoned a bit, they learned to watch out for that, so as to not just cut into them. I think you only do that once. A gun should have come from... Yes, I guess so. I just want to see how everyone explodes. Crotch punch! Fuck! Ass punch! Rectum ranger! Shit, she's invincible! Oh, that's better. That was a boring death. My mother exploded. You can do better, Mrs. Potsdam. That guy had some fucking stories. He was a fine man. Food hygiene course was actually interesting. You learn a lot about shit, and it actually is very helpful in regular kitchen shit because you know what to do and what not to do.
Hello, Steve.
Ah.
Have you flossed today?
Yes, no. Is this the same lady as our mother, but with glasses and a different wig? Oh. I should read the thing. And now you've insulted my mother. Everyone knows that boys love their mother, and comparing someone to said person, unless it's racism, is a greatest compliment.
Honestly, you men can insult a woman without even knowing you've done it. What a horrible thing to say.
You're both standing around baking cookies. Same cut of dress. Same pearls. So bizarre.
There's nothing bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity Bake Sale is Friday, you know, and by gosh, Mrs. Marvin Potston Jr. can be counted on to do her share.
Did they call... I thought junior was a masculine term. What? You don't call ladies that. Am I misunderstanding something? Is this weird? Let's offer some fuck, as prompted by the chat.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Why is it only my mother who's interested in humping? Or Steve's mother. Tell me about the pearls, mate.
Just because I'm doing housework doesn't mean I have to be a drudge. It's a wife's duty to look good for her husband at all times. What's wrong with wearing pearls, for heaven's sake?
Nothing, but you look like June Cleaver. Some kind of sitcom mom.
Sitcom?
Geez, you know, a situation comedy. The weird part is, I can't remember how I know that.
I'm much too busy with housework to watch TV. Maybe Mr. Potsdam would know about sitcoms. Stephanie doesn't watch TV, though. She's grounded.
When in chat, correct me. Very fine. Always learn something. You never know if you don't ask. And you remain dumb. So she refers to herself as her husband's name. And he's a junior. I see. I always have to, whenever... Onoke is always the best in the chat to notice when new men show up. But he changes the names. So I have to look for someone called Dudebark now to say hello. And I have no idea who the fuck he's referring to. So weird. Anyway, GN Terry and Sawbones. Gonna tell her meet.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Will you catch a ball?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
No. We actually have a term for that in DK. It's not a nice one. Cookie?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Cookies?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, if you're shit with a ball in DK, you're called a ball mongoloid, which is probably not the most PC term in the world. But yeah. So Mr. Potsdam, let's ask about meat.
You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve. He's a disappointed man. No matter how many lodge admission forms he fills out, they keep turning him down. He has a new application in, though, so keep your fingers crossed. If he joins the lodge, you and Stephanie can have your wedding in the Chapel of Love, rather than over at Moynihan's place.
Fuck the Chapel of Love. I want...
Sorry, I didn't
Damn it.
catch that.
What can you tell me about the lodge?
Just that they're exclusive and secretive. If you're curious, you ought to pick up a lodge application at the post office and take it over to the Sergeant-at-Arms. Isn't that a thought? Forget Mr. Potsdam. If you became a member of the
Fucking
order,
looping music.
you could hold the wedding inside the lodge. My, wouldn't that be lovely?
Yes, it would. Of course it would. So, enlighten me, chat. Sergeant-at-Arms. It's an old type of rank, isn't it? They don't use that anymore. What does that exactly mean? I mean, sergeant is a rank, but at arms, what? I always thought that was kind of like quartermaster, but not really. Enlighten me, anyway. We asked about wedding, didn't we?
Tell me about this wedding.
Well, it's set for 3 weeks. We're holding it over at Shady Oaks, Mr. Moynihan's funeral parlor.
Say what?
Now, I know it's not a very romantic place, but there's nowhere else to hold it, thanks to Mr. Potsdam.
We asked this?
Mr. Moynihan runs the Wayward Hotel and the Shady Oaks Funeral Parlor. It's rumored he has connections with the lodge, but the Order keeps that kind of thing secret. So Mr. Potsdam has tried to get him to put in a good word for his lodge application, but so far...
Sergeant at Arms. Okay, so it's like a... Not quite a master of ceremonies, but someone who sort of sits there and grunts. He doesn't... A master of ceremonies directs the conversation, whereas a sergeant at arms sits there and keeps it in check rather than lead it somewhere. I suppose is that correct? We asked about the lodge, didn't we?
What can you tell me about the lodge?
Just that they're exclusive and secretive. If you're curious, you ought to pick up a lodge application at the post office and take it over.
Yeah, we've asked that. Right, let's ask about Stephanie. Yes, I think the sound is like static from either the sea or a really old microphone, slowly becoming louder and louder, then cutting off and looping back at the end. There's such a shitty loop, and then there's that twilight wee 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 in the background. I expect to see a UFO.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
It's your daughter. Did I spell it wrong? She was grounded, wasn't she?
Mr. Potsdam feels there's too much at stake to allow Stephanie to run around loose.
She doesn't want to get married either, huh?
Are you saying you don't want to marry my daughter?
I don't know your daughter, Mrs. Potsdam. Why is she grounded? Afraid she'll run away before the wedding?
No! She's as delighted as we are about the wedding, every bit as delighted as we are. But she might get hit by a car, or a falling piano, or who knows what. Mr. Potsdam wants us all to be one happy family, and he doesn't want to risk anything happening at the last minute.
Weird. Okay, so sergeant is derivative from the Latin serviens, which means servant. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, so sergeant and sergeant at arms are from the same root word rather than sergeant at arms being derived from sergeant, the military rank. Oh, that's interesting and completely irrelevant, but I like that shit. Will you let her out of her room? Probably not, but we can probably ask to see her.
I don't see any reason why not.
I have demanded Fook, Onuke, but
This
she
cherry
didn't
bake
understand.
sale. What is it supposed to benefit?
Oh, I dislike talking about gruesome subjects. When you get right down to it, all charity is pretty ugly, isn't it?
I don't follow.
Ask Mr. Moynihan. He's organized this event. In conjunction with the lodge, naturally.
Okay, so if we can't ask Mr. Moynihan about charity, remind me so I'll write it, okay? Let's slam pisses.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, we cannot fuck this lady.
Give my regards to your parents.
I realize it's probably a bit juvenile, writing fuck, but I mean, the obvious shit is what you go for on these text things, right? Isn't it bad for the groom to see? I guess. She's up there. This is different than I thought it would be, this game. These books are obvious fakes. Who would have this here in this hallway? There are no tables. This is a reading thing. Had his metal plate removed, so it's just it's just a fucking board. There's no plaque there. Oh, finally, some peace and toilet. thin layer of hair coats virtually every inch of ceramic, and the rubber duck has seen better days. So the dad, I assume, sheds. He seemed like the type to be hairy. Wads of used tissue fill the trash can. Some of them stick to the sides. Mr. Potsdam has been taking this plastic plant joke too far. Towels are stiff as boards. Ah, starch. Operate the toilet. Yes, I will save, because I've played Leisure Suit Larry, and I know that if you try to flush the toilet after shitting in it, you drown yourself. Why is it farting? That's not how it's... Man, look at that cistern. It's massive. So is the toilet. Look at that. Compared to Steve's arse, if we turn him around. Right there, he'd fall in it. Damn. Must be one of those American toilets. Reminds me of a joke I heard in grade school. Oh, so good. So a guy goes to visit America, and then the guy goes, "Oh, mate, stay with me, American." And he goes, "Oh, in American, everything's so fucking big. Look at this car, it's so big." I'm like, "Mate, look at this fucking food, so big." And then he goes up to have a shit in the night, and he falls in the pool, and he yells, scared, "Don't flush." Even if I delivered that the way that it was supposed to, it was just as funny, basically. I remember the guy who told that. It was one of the more useless teachers at me and Reagan's old school, a guy called Kirsten. And he was about as dumb as he looked, and he looked very dumb. Oh, there's Stephanie. I will fuck around elsewhere first. Let's see what they're... Stuck. Okay. There's eye holes somewhere on the wall. Search for people. Ah, yes. Operate the wallpaper. I see. Ah, I accidentally skipped. Oh, wait, no, there she is again. Okay, I click it and then wait for a long time. I feel like the way this has been recorded has squished her a little bit. Have she taken the fucking shirt off again? Yeah, she's doing it just for us to fucking salute. I can rob the medicine cabinet. This is very good information. Is this one of those games where I will need everything that I can pick up, or is some of it just good to have? Tampons, better ask Stephanie about those. Remember that. Let's ask her about tampons, because that's weird. Hey, I see you have fucking cunt rockets in your thing. What's that about? I thought you wouldn't menstruate. I thought you were better than that. Dental floss, 300 yards of it. We can use this as a repelling line, I think. Band-aids. Extra strength oral lube. Oral lube? What? Who the fuck lubricates their mouth? Oh, I don't... Okay, I assume these are health items. 1 hour cough medicine. Yeast disinfectant. Is that some sort of thing you probably shouldn't use for a yeast infection? Because it's industrial ass and meant for other shit. Well, I have no idea what I'm supposed to take away from this. Because the implication in this shit is that people use everything here wrong and weird. So, I don't know. Some items just for restoring health. Okay. I catch up on the chat. Jesus, okay, how many echidnas do you eat? Could I get the oral lube? Did I pick that up? I don't think so. We've been in there staring at her twice, and she's all like that, bearing her ass at us. Oh, I could get the ore loop. Okay, thank you. That would have been useless if we hadn't. Not too much spoilerino. Am I to take extra large meat with ore lube later? How's that a spoiler? What the hell? I'm pretty good at predicting what happens here. I'm not sure what that says about me, though. Can you patch up the hole? I don't know. Hey, fucking, what's her face? Ah! We exit through the fourth wall. I want to punch her in the ass, but I can't get close. Oh, there we go. Oh no, the dreaded shin punch. She died, and her meat came out. Okay, I'm going to save again. Because I worry that at some point my saving reflex will make me save when I mean to load. And we will only have one save game, so... And he has Burden. It's birds in her fucking room. She has a nice taste. Okay, is that a pig? That looks like a pig. I'm not sure. Okay, so there's only sound effects and music. I'm assuming sound effects and dialogue is the same. I would like to turn the ambience down a little, as it is a bit grating. Do any of you know if that counts as music, or if turning this down will also turn the voices down? Because the voices are okay volume. But that fucking flute in the background is very irritating. And the fucking white noise also is I suppose it's meant to unnerve you, but god damn it. You think they're locked? Yeah, probably. Witcher 3 actually does this as well. If you turn down ambience, I think, or music, it also turns down the narration in the cutscenes, which is really irritating. I could just examine furniture. Alright, let's...
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Haven't you heard? We're getting married.
So, you're the one. Steve, isn't it?
You mean you don't know me?
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times do I have to say it?
Just one, Stephanie, because
angry face.
I can't remember a damn thing either.
Really? Oh God, I thought it was just me.
You're not alone. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Those people downstairs have locked me in my room. They say I'm grounded until the wedding.
Okay, I'm going to...
Come back and visit.
Yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can turn down that shit. Oh, it did. Shall we have it at 2 or 3? We sort of want to hear a little bit of it, right? Because it's a bit weird. I'm not sure how much you can hear on the stream, but for me it's very, very low, very, very loud. 2, 3, 2, 3. Let's have it at 2 for now. If it's too ass, tell me.
Steve, it's good to talk to you, but if we're going to escape this wedding thing, you'd better start learning some things about harvest.
We didn't talk about that.
And I think you might want to start at the lodge.
I'm here for fuck. And to talk about tampons.
You're not making sense.
I found some tampons.
You're not making sense.
It told me to ask her about it. What the hell?
You're not making sense.
God damn it.
Everything in Harvest seems to revolve around this damned lodge.
Am I misspelling?
This Order of the Harvest Moon. They're responsible for this insane bake sale that's coming, and for the Harvest Blood Drive, too. When people talk about the lodge, it's always in this hushed, reverent tone. Mom keeps telling me that women can't join, but she keeps pressuring me to get you to join.
She's not the only one who wants me to sign on with the lodge.
That's probably the worst thing you could do.
You think the lodge is some kind of trap?
I think all of Harvest is a trap.
If that's true, maybe joining the lodge is the way out.
Look, why not explore the town a little? I can't get out of here, but if I could, that's what I'd do. Maybe you can figure out what's happening here without going anywhere near the lodge.
You're really afraid of the lodge, aren't you?
I look at that building, all lit up at night, and I get scared.
Yeah, again.
I mean, look at the damn thing. Seem like a harmless bunch of Masons to you?
That fucking wall that window's in looks very, very thin. I'm sorry though, Stephanie. Steve has got the
Come back and
horn
visit.
and desires some fuck, and the chat has advised me to try and insert the tampons into you. So let us do this. Fuck.
Are you making some kind of point?
Can't use that on her. Look at his gurning face. He's got a health indicator, that's probably not good. Yeah, Stephanie says some fucking kid shot me repeatedly. It was not nice. We have a pen and a quarter. We need those sneakers, don't we? Is there anything more we can talk to this lady about? I tried the things that were mentioned, but there's not actually a lot of...
Steve. You're not making sense.
Yeah, this is apparently back in the old days. Talk to Stephanie, learn more about the lodge and his dirty old man. The fuck is dirty old man? The inventory screen says it's Monday. Okay, let's see. Isn't it too early to bake cookies if the bake sale's on Friday? They'll get soft by then, even if you keep them in tins. To do it like Thursday. Marvin?
You're not making sense.
Mr. Potsdam. Can I just write Potsdam? I've been at Potsdam Platz. It was weird.
You're not making sense.
Mr. Potsdam? Am I spelling it correctly? 2 M's?
You're not making sense. Come
guess
back and visit me soon.
Sure. Just keep sitting there, wiggling. Let's go down and see how his name is spelled. 1 M. At least I can double click and don't have to watch him Nigel all the fucking way.
You're not making sense.
Father?
You're not making sense.
Oralube?
You're not making sense.
Jesus. Mr. Dot Potts? Potts? Damn.
You're not making sense.
Damn it.
Come back and
Stephanie
visit me
is not
soon.
interested in the fuck. I have killed several people. I have not been able to kill the dad. I've tried to initiate sex with everyone I've met, but only Steve's mother seemed interested. The kid outside didn't allow me to try and fuck him. We could sort of talk about it with our brother, but apparently it didn't make any sense to him. He just wanted to see the fucking natives spill their guts everywhere. The newspaper kid shot me a lot. I can get some stuff by from home. Okay, let's go get the stuff just in case we don't want to miss something. Where's my shit, Cybert? Just tell me where the crap is. That shouldn't be spoilery. Just saves pixel hunting. No one wants to look at that. See, this is a box full of newspapers we need to put out for the kid. Oh, fucking Steve. I have the money and pen, yeah. Ah, coloring book. Range Rider. Guess copyright Red Rider. Operate the master bedroom. That does not sound good. We can't take the newspaper, I don't think. Oh, we can! Oh yeah, we need to click once to do it. Can we look at the newspaper?
Oh, man.
How do we look at it? Guess not. Okay, we needed to put the shit out for the kid, but he appears to have fucked off. We could go to the post office or the barber shop. I guess she said apply for the lodge in the post office, so I maybe abandoned house. The abandoned house sounds like a place that we couldn't possibly get fucked in any way. I'm gonna say. Has a bunch of flies here. But does it have a sign that points towards the flies? Maybe? Yeah. The old cards are perfect nesting grounds for wasps. Is that how they work? Yes, we can only go in. More perfect nesting grounds for wasps. A lot of wasps everywhere. Tetsuya Crumb? This icebox is sealed shut with wasps' nests. What the hell? Oh, Weenie would love this place. These cabinets are infested with wasps. Just bring our kid sister over. She'll eat all the wasps. She's pretty good at that. Oh, this is the wasp lady that Mother talked about. Of course it fucking is. A rather colorful picture of a wasp. Are you angry that it's a color picture, Steve? That's weird. Oh well.
It's not often that I get visitors. I am Tetsuya Crumb. The ignorant of harvest call me the Wasp Woman. A pejorative, no doubt, born of fear and a poverty of imagination.
I don't understand.
The politics of honey, the Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible for the prejudice against wasps.
I don't think wasps have anything to do with unbridled pleasure, Iron Lady. I think Tetsuo means iron or something. So I don't know. Maybe it's Thatcher. Let's ask about pleasure, because that's the kind of guy Steve is.
Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer. Hedonistic instead of industrial. Some think them quick to anger. In truth, they are easily swayed to ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation. Each painful welt, an act of love.
Yes, I'm not sure it's actually a lisp, Vilanius. It might be, but remember that the old audio compression had a tendency to, for lack of a better term, make stuff sound like it was underwater, which makes S's and noises sort of linger longer than they would and not sound so good. So if someone has a voice that sounds a bit like that, it sounds a bit lispier, I guess. Okay, this is weird. We had 4 things we could ask about before, one of which was pleasure that we asked about, but here's pleasure again. Am I confused here? Or did one of them disappear that we didn't ask about? What? What disappeared? Did any of you? Honey disappeared. Okay. Good man, blood man. Let's ask about honey. So have a...
The politics of honey are intertwined with the age-old struggle of the aesthetic versus the commercial. Because I choose to raise wasps instead of bees, I'm frowned upon by the community. Why? Well, raising bees is acceptable because they produce honey. But sometimes it's not what is produced, so much as what is performed.
I don't see any particular use for wasps.
Why must everything have a use? Is money always the determining factor? More slender, more aerodynamic than the bee, the wasp is a joy to behold.
Oh no, it's a lodge wasp.
Beautiful and juicy. Isn't that enough to compensate for the little drawbacks?
Okay, so that wasp, the way it is, we got ray guns here, who knows quite a bit about animals. We don't have Alicia, who is trained in that shit, but as far as I know, that is not a regular wasp. That is one of those wood waspy things, which are actually quite harmless. And they fuck around, and they have a really long stinger. Not that they would sting people with it. I think it's for laying eggs inside trees. So these wasps are, I think, not the biggest cunts in the world, and I find it a bit weird that they've decided to use those, especially since they seem to be making nests like this that I don't think those wasps do. They just lay eggs in bark, and then the things come out and then they fuck off. Do they have nests like this? Are they called wood wasps? That's a direct translation from the DK word. They probably have a better English one. Anyway.
Well, as you can see, the little darlings do love to sting. Another source of prejudice for the masses, and another reason to love them. Bees are like animals. They sting only for a reason, for sacrifice. They have no conception of individual sensation, of pleasure. When a bee stings, it rips itself apart and dies for its audacity. This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. They are not as sympathetic to the masses because they don't die when they sting. They live to sting another day, and they take pleasure from it.
A mud dauber. Yeah, that might be it. They do seem to make nests, maybe? Of course, this is not fucking important at all. I'm just curious. Yeah, they make weird little nests of mud. I don't think that is the particular wonder, but it does look kind of like it. Anyway, obviously we offer to fuck.
A triviality.
Maybe I'll fucking be sting. You know what I'm saying.
A triviality.
Oh, god damn it. It's probably got a fucking wasp nest in her vag, like, what's her face? Margarine from, Resi 7. Of course I can kill her. What the fuck is up? Shit. Fuck, she's dodging. Oh, man. I'm slightly on the wrong plane. Oh, man. Can I examine something? It said...
It's not often.
Shit! Ask her to lay with me.
It's not often.
Fuck. Important to be proper.
A triviality.
God damn it. Kiko likes using that term. Okay, is there anything I can pick up here or need to do before I leave? It seems like we are here early. Just so I don't have to come back. I can't kill her. It won't let me punch her. See, it operates on a different plane. Maybe if I get a ranged weapon later, I can do this. It's just finicky. Aw. Well. Oh. If the game had Chivos back. There we go. Oh no! There was a cutscene and my rapid punching made me fucking skip it. I forget which save is the newer one. Is this before or after we talked to her?
It's not off.
This is after, okay. So apparently I start on the correct plane so I can... Oh, I see. Yeah, that's normal. So that's why she was hovering. She was half wasp. Because clearly they hover just by having a wasp arse. I don't think she was floating. I think she was sort of riding around on the stinger like a fucking dreidel. Okay, let's leave this place. It's weird. I'm hoping to find a place that isn't weird. Johnson residence. Why not? Always admired elderly men who sit in chairs and watch the street. Oh, he's watching over his car. A manhole, nice. A nasty stench drift from the sewers below.
Hello, Steve.
Ah!
How's the husband-to-be?
Other than having no memory, I guess I'm all right.
All right? You should be ecstatic, considering what you're getting into, if you haven't gotten into it already. Speaking of which, I heard Stephanie was grounded. Her daddy's worried about getting his meat. Though if I were him, I'd be more concerned about Stephanie getting some meat.
Right. And you are?
You always were a kidder, Steve. I'm Mr. Johnson, remember?
Now he doesn't look
Glad
weird
you
anymore.
stopped by.
What the hell?
Just got finished waxing the tucker. I could use a little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
You say it's weird, yeah, I'm a little worried because when we died in the electric chair, we saw a thing flatlined, which suggests that either they hooked up a fucking heartbeat monitor to him while he was being electrocuted, that, or he is somewhere else streaming this, and if that's the case, I'm very, very angry. But let's assume not for now.
Heck of an automobile, isn't she? Damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time. But if I didn't, those stupid kids might scratch her up playing ball.
You have a garage. You could put it in there.
Hell yes, it's real. I wouldn't be so protective of her if she was just a reproduction. I'm mighty particular about my tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night and get some sleep.
But why have her out at day then?
I'm sure she's safe enough
you have
inside.
to sit there.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had to gripe like hell before the sheriff agreed to start the evening patrols and instigate the curfew.
Yeah. Is a Tucker a real car, or is it like a non-copyright variant of a real one?
Speaking of Stephanie, I still haven't gotten an invitation to the wedding yet.
I don't have anything to do with that.
That's okay. Personally, I'd prefer a pass to the honeymoon.
Oh, he's weird again.
You could use the back seat of my Tucker for the maiden voyage. It's plenty big, believe you me. I'd drive you around, and I wouldn't look in the back seat, I guarantee it. Though if you'd like to come up front and take the wheel a while, I wouldn't say nay.
Nay, are you suggesting that you would get to hump my then wife as I get to drive the car? Jesus, I've got this thing for cars. It's fucking weird. I keep worrying that the leather isn't real enough.
Heck of an automobile, isn't she? Damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time.
God damn it. May I look at it?
Don't see why not, but don't touch her.
Oh, he's
I'm mighty
reasonable.
particular about my Tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night and get some sleep.
I'm sure she's safe enough inside.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had...
Same shit again. Does he not have working legs? He's sitting in a chair. He got out there somehow. I'm assuming he has legs.
I don't take your meaning. I don't take your meaning. I don't take your meaning. Bye now.
Ugh. Chicken explodes with the old stock footage, stock sound. Oh, I didn't ask about Edna.
Sorry, Steve. Too tired to talk right now. Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the snootiest women in town. I declare there isn't a woman in Harvest that'd turn me away. If I was interested, that is. Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence. And her with a little girl to raise. That child needs a father. And Edna, well, she needs a good, hard penis.
I see you find yourself in need of a penis. Nice. Child or penis? Yes. We can ask about child or penis. Let's ask about penis, then child.
What makes you so sure she needs a penis?
You saying Edna's getting it from someone else? Like maybe that damn Sheriff Dwayne? He's over at DNA's diner every day from noon to 1, eating his dadgum pie. And I got a feeling he'd like Edna for dessert. Sure, it's the only diner in town, but I'm sure he's got more on his mind than food.
What makes you think she wants a penis? Oh, for fuck's sake. The voice acting's actually not bad. It's weird. But yeah. We could ask about child before. It's now gone. But now we're going to ask for child directly after asking for penis. Hello, FBI. It's the game, not me, I swear.
Karen's only 5 years old. Since Mr. Fitzpatrick passed away, in Edna's arms and legs, I might add, Edna's been raising Karen on her own. What a shame. To deprive a little girl of a positive male role model, and her mama of a fine, stiff penis.
Penis.
What makes you so sure?
Oh, gee God.
You saying Edna's getting...
Footer cock.
I don't take your meaning.
Does it have variants of penis?
I don't take... I
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Okay, that was a bit weird. On a side note there, I read, heard, or something somewhere. See, the problem with this shit is, I hear something and I think, yeah, that makes sense, and then I archive it in my brain, and then I forget where I heard it, so when I have to reference it later, it might be complete shite. Is it true that any name prefaced with Fitz is something to do with someone being born out of wedlock back in the day? Like, if you're Fitzgerald, then you are, like, the bastard son of Gerald, or whatever. And then it went into regular use later on. I'll read the chat. Okay, let's go punch him. Shit. See, the problem with Steve is whenever I click, he goes like, if I press upwards, he goes a full few steps upwards. So if I'm off by a few pixels, it's very difficult to actually put him in the correct spot. Damn it. Oh, it's just sun off. Okay, so it's not nothing to do with that. That must have been some stupid fantasy shit I read that in then. Okay, well, I got wiser. I will try to remember that, so I don't assume everyone who's named Fitz something is a bastard. We were allowed to look at the car. Don't think we can do anything here. I think someone shoots the chicken, yeah. You hear like burk, 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 and then someone shoots and goes bleh. Yeah, there's something shooting. Pow, pow. Okay, we've been to the Johnson residence. There's a Shady Oaks mortuary. I'm assuming this is where we're holding the wedding, where Mr. Bududi hangs out. A swastika or a flattened spider? Yeah, either or. Really. That is a massive rug. That is not wall-to-wall carpeting. That is a rug. And it is massive. It's like being back in the fucking 80s. I say that. I was in the 80s for 7 years. My exposures to rugs were limited in that age, I believe. Alright, Dilman. There are bloods on your walls, and you are dressed very fine for someone fucking around with meat. There are organic things floating in the formaldehyde in these jars, the sort of thing that makes you want to look away before you can really see what they are, but your eyes won't oblige. Okay, so I don't see what it is. Is that a massive gas canister? Oops, he spilled. But why is it on the fucking roof? And why is the ceiling so high in here? Dun, 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 dun. That fucking noise. A lot of good stock sound effects here. Bloody handprints. Fucking
You can't have that, Stephen. I need it for my work.
That's the man-at-arms
And may I
actor.
say you're a rude young man for attempting to steal it.
I was only gonna borrow it.
Indeed. And have you anything I could hold as security?
Security? Like what? Money?
I'm afraid that's not good enough. I need that glue for my work. You must present me with something significant if you'd have me part with it.
Something of significance. Oh shit, that's the wrong button. Sorry, I punched your floor. You may have my tampons.
Why should I care about that?
Yeah, I don't know. You may have my quarter. mate.
Why should I care about that?
Wait. I guess we talk to him.
Stephen?
Who are you?
I am Daniel Moynihan, mortician and proprietor of the Wayward Hotel.
Most people ask me why I don't remember their names.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, as one who deals with the dead, I try not to involve myself in the affairs of the living. Your loss of memory is of no concern to me, true or false. Ironic, considering my recent involvement in a charity event.
What are you talking about?
My complaints were central to the scheduling of the upcoming Harvest Bake Sale. I'm gratified the Order of the Harvest Moon got involved. The proceeds will certainly help cover my losses.
Penis.
You're spouting gibberish.
Did something just disappear?
It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to harvest to die. They simply drop dead, penniless, and they all need burials. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share. So why must I pay for the coffins and burial materials as well? My losses to the dead are substantial. Hopefully the bake sale will offset some of them.
There's 51 people in this town. How many die? How much work do you have? Also, hello, fucking Space Diva. You're new.
This bake sale is a joint effort of the Harvest PTA and the Order of the Harvest Moon. The proceeds will be used to set up a fund for transients. In other words, bums and societal rejects without families who wander into Harvest uninvited.
Then the Order is setting up shelters for the homeless?
Not shelters. Graves. You see, a great number of these hobos die while passing through. Don't ask me why, it's what those people do. Use your common sense, Stephen, memory or no. If they were involved in setting up homeless shelters, then why would I be involved? And why would I be sustaining losses?
I like how this game has me asking questions and then it literally explains the exact thing I asked about. That's rare, especially in a game trying to be weird.
As always, the Order of the Harvest Moon has taken the lead in addressing our societal ills. Through their sponsorship of the blood drive and the bake sale, the Lodge ensures that all our needs are met.
Needs? Such as?
Penis.
Pardon me, there are corpses to prepare. And my losses have been substantial of late. If you're sincerely interested in the Order, however, you should stop by the Lodge and speak with the Sergeant-at-Arms.
Why should I be interested, Mr. Moynihan?
Of all the spots in Harvest, the Lodge is the most prominent, literally and figuratively. It is the ambition of everyone here to join. And join you must to attain wisdom.
What kind of wisdom?
If I knew, I'd be a member. I have the feeling you have what it takes to join the Order, Stephen. We all believe that. Whether or not you live up to your potential is up to you.
I like how
it seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to Harvest to die. They simply drop dead, penniless, and they all need burials. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share.
Oh, we've asked this. Am I actually able to hit a no-win state Blood Realm? I thought the only way you could, I've tried to do some research about this without spoiling any of it for myself. I've not watched any videos, I've not watched any walkthroughs. I've asked people to tell me shit that have played it without spoiling, and because I was, the thing I was worried about is I would end up in an unwinnable state because of combat and poor health management and me being shit. Is there a story way where I can fuck up the story and not know it? because that's a bit awful. I hope not, anyway. Dead man walking is a terrible, terrible thing in fucking adventure games.
As owner of the only hotel in town, I do my best to accommodate any hobo who straggles into town, vacancies permitting. I really don't recall. We get so many low-life dregs passing through here, I can't remember every little death that occurs.
Huh. Are there that many?
As I said, sliced open on a mortician's slab, every corpse looks the same. Red and juicy.
You should
but
probably...
surely you'd remember if these deaths were an unusual occurrence.
Records.
You sound like you're launching some sort of investigation, Stephen. That would be most unwise.
Yeah, indeed, Blood Realm. I'm a little worried about that as well, but I'm kind of reassured because when I kill someone and we get picked up by the police and get a game over state, that's usually a good thing. If the game was prone to non-win states, it would probably just let us continue and then have us lose somewhere down the line, or just not tell us because the person we need to talk to is dead. So I'm thinking that they've thought of that. So as long as we as long as we save scum and make sure combat is okay, then I think we'll be okay. I hope we'll be okay.
You're spouting gibberish.
It's weird.
You're spouting gibberish.
Yeah, they don't seem to want to talk about much of the same things.
You're I'd say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
I feel like there was something about the barber. Could you find out? I might go to put off the barber till last. If there is a way of finding out, if it's too awkward, then we'll just see what the fuck happens. The dust of indifference. Mate. He's farty. Jubilantly terrified. Do those emotions mix? Well, at least they have plenty of candles. I suppose he makes tallow from the corpses. Considering how obsessed they are with butchery and meat, it might... I don't think it's Nyarlathotep. It might be someone who just eats a lot, like fucking Azathoth. Which is the pointless thing to worship, really. Oh, we need to try and kill the man, don't we? That is not... Yeah, I forgot to try and kill him. I'm fucking sorry. I noticed that is my Nigelo operandi. Let's see if we can get close to him. Would you like a punch to the back of the head? You fucking twait, if I can get up here. Ah! Cock punch. Yeah, look at him. I thought this was a health bar, it apparently isn't. Steve's fine. Get some practice at least. Fucker's cornered me. This is so awkward. If you have open bleeding wounds, the best thing you can do is eat a bunch of blood thinning pain relief. That is usually the best thing. Was it again or ass? I forget. There's a special move? Was this before or after we talked to him? Let's go find out. I forget.
Young man, we really have...
Okay, it's after.
I'd say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
I thought people said there was no ledger. Sorry, if you were writing something, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Sorry, Cybert. Where's the ledger? Gasoline and a ledger. Is that it? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, good. Type them. Gasoline is where? Will he not stop me from taking everything in here? I don't see the gasoline. I see a big propane tank. Is there a way I can look at the stuff in my inventory? And I want to know if there's a special fucking quick tips. Fuck. Okay, doing Canada. I thought this was in the US. Everyone has a gun. Okay, this game came with a manual. I'm just going to check it for controls. Since you say special move, I'm going to gullibly believe that there is actually a special move. And while the combat likely is going to be awkward no matter what, being able to actually know the controls is probably a good idea. I look at the manual here. It is scanned, and I see someone who looks like my mother in a corset with a fucking SM collar shooting a shotgun covering up someone's bare ass. Right. Someone has axed himself at the head. Harvester is unique in a way that allows the players to solve puzzles. There are many instances where there's more than one correct way to solve a puzzle. Different players might do either way, allow the player to solve blah blah blah. Combat. Okay, so for the combat, although Harvester is an adventure, not a fighting game, it does have a violent side. During gameplay, the character, Jesus, it's hard to read, may choose the option to kill or fight another character anytime he pleases. There are two scenarios where you elect to kill a monster or the character in Town of Harvest. The first is simply killing a non-player character by attacking them with the right mouse button. That's what we've done. Or the control up, down, left, right keys. Oh, okay. By simply clicking the right mouse button, your character will swing or fire his weapon in a direction. The second simple form is combat. Forces the player to kill or be killed using one of the 21 unique weapons you may find during the game. You also use the mouse to combat your enemy. You'll focus direct attacks on a specific area of your opponents by positioning the attack cursor over the enemy. The three areas for attack are upper body, midsection, and legs. To attack an enemy in one of these areas, simply position the attack cursor over the enemy and click the right mouse button. Isn't that the exact same thing we do with the control? Okay, so if I hold down control, straight punch, up punch, down punch. So it's the exact same, except I click a Dwayne. Okay. Hello, Newmender. Personal. Okay, well, so we're done here. There apparently isn't any gasoline, so I've been lied to by the chat. A very Terry move to do, KRI. Sabotaging my fucking shit. Let's go to the cemetery. Is this the harvest thing, or what is it? Is that in the cemetery? I got the ledger, yes, didn't I? Yes, there it is. I have no idea how to look at stuff in my inventory. I can only use it on things. I can't actually have Steve examine it. It seems anyway. Right-clicking does nothing. I assume since I eat health by right-clicking it, if I could use this, I would be able to right-click it, but we have it, yeah. Need an Arcado stick for that. Ah! Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe. Fresh soil and manure. Here lies Boxcar Willie. Not even glue could save him. Rest in peace, Elmer. Jesus. 2 years in harvest was too long. Fear not death, Monty Jakes. Another unknown visitor. I just want my gravestone to say fucking the air here reeks of soil and manure. That's all I really want from my gravestone. Honestly. Oh, picnic table. How quaint. Using object on Steam just opens the inventory again. Yeah, that's the health indicator. Yeah, Steve's face is called the health indicator. Okay, let's go over here. Sealed shut. Ah, Potsdam family crypt. Nice. Wait a minute. Why would we possibly need to... Steve walks into invisible wall. Oh, this place is noisy even at lowest volume. Fucking hell. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything we can do here. Yeah, this white sorted on my gravestone. Actually, just fucking bin me when I die. Never mind any of that shit. Don't want a grave where people show up and go like, "Mate, I knew this, mate." Newspaper building, police station, fire station. I'm gonna try and keep away from the barber until men figure out, and if that doesn't happen, then oh well. America, fuck yeah! In case you didn't know where you were for 2 seconds. Fucking hustlers. Waywar Hotel. There's a picture of some tweet up there. Are you here as well? Does that mean I can go and steal your glue since you're there? Seem more spacious than it is. Look at this fucking place. It's huge. Another ledger. Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe checked in on Monday. That was the corpse we saw in the cemetery, wasn't it?
Young man, we really have nothing to say to each other. I have the feeling your image shall soon adorn my slab, and I'd rather not know the face of the meat I'm slicing. I'd say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
Okay, so at least he doesn't have different dialogue here. Twins? Really? I pick up the ledger. Can I replace it with the mortuary ledger and do some fuck? I'm not sure why that would do anything at all. The desk is non-interactable, so... Do you care about your ledger, mate? Do you give any shits?
Strange how there's a correlation between the bums who've died and the bums you've put up at your hotel.
I'm not a statistician.
Neither am I, but I can tell you, the odds against that ain't so good.
Hey, you may be right. A curious thing to do, snooping around old ledgers. You're an odd and resourceful young fellow.
Shall we cut the shit and say he's a murderer, or shall we say he has a thirst for knowledge and other things? Well, that's us having a thirst for knowledge. What do you think? I think one of these might get us in shit. Or might do nothing. What do you think, mates? First for homo, first for meat. I guess that's the same thing. Need some evidence. We have those ledgers. We first for knowledge, yes?
Then you intend to leverage this nominally engaging coincidence for personal gain? What an immoral thing to do, Stephen.
I'm not the one up to my ass in dead bodies.
Yes, but you have an unreasoning faith in the consistency of the universe. Things can change, young man.
I'll make the threats here or in the sheriff's office.
Be sure and tell Dwayne hello for me.
Fucking Dwayne. Okay. So I guess it would have ended the same. Somewhat ponderous console radios revokes an earlier era. Okay, we can't go anywhere here. So we're literally just here to get the thing. Well, let's go report it to the police. Fuck. Fire station, police station, newspaper building. This is where we just were. Oh, traffic cop. Someone parked on the shite. Right outside the HPD. I spoke to man. A bug report. Look at this fat oaf. Deputy Loomy. I wonder if he's drawing anatomy. That's Loomis. Let me just get down here. Okay. Damn it! Fucking tweet! Is that a fact, boys? Have you come to assist me? Don't yell at me and ignore me. Hello. Oh, now he's gone. Mate, where'd he go? Did I just miss something there because he disappeared? I'm gonna load, just in case. I get him. Oh, look at your face. He comes in to say meow and look at me.
Hello, Steve. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sheriff Dwayne, and this here is Loomis.
Pleasure, I reckon.
Then, we haven't met before?
Of course we have. But I heard about your alleged amnesia and figured I'd play along. I sure hope this is just a prank and not the start of some insanity plea. Keep your nose clean or you'll wind up in jail, and that's no place to hold a wedding.
I wonder if Loomis is a reference to the anatomy guy. I don't know if it is. It might be. Who knows? Let's have a look. Let's ask.
Loomis here is my deputy. Without him, I'd have a hard time keeping the peace, or at least taking a lunch break. Mainly, Loomis answers the phone and babysits the office while I'm out, though sometimes he likes to go in the back and stain the jail mattress. Isn't that right, Loomis?
Oh, now, Sheriff, what you gotta go and say that for?
Loomis has more than his share of problems. I wouldn't invite him to the wedding. Or, if you do, make sure he doesn't catch the garter. That could be embarrassing.
Oh, I wouldn't do nothing, Dwayne. But I sure would like a little garter that's been around Stephanie's thigh. Oh, well, that'd be right special.
I thought he sort of reminded me a little bit of Stevenson from Deadwood, but I guess not, after all. Let's report a crime.
Crime-wise, nothing much has happened in Harvest since the newspaper fire.
We could try Ledger.
Oh, sure. Every week or so, we get the odd transient dropping dead. But other than that, it gets pretty slow around here.
I like how they just drop dead fucking
We get a lot of bums, drifters passing through Harvest. Those people are never very healthy to start with. I figure they come to our fair town, look around, and decide it's a nice place to die.
You mean they drop dead here on a regular basis?
Like flies. I'd slap 'em all in jail if I could, but there's never enough room. Besides, they're pretty good about not sticking around long. Sure, it's a burden on Mr. Moynihan, though, having to bury them all. I only hope the PTA Lodge bake sale will help out along those lines.
Right.
Now, that's a place you don't want to wind up, boy. We've got a 3 strikes and you're out rule here in Harvest. You get arrested the 3rd time, you never get out of jail alive. So don't go committing any crimes, boy. Amnesia or no, I'll lock you up pronto.
That's not alright, okay. I'm gonna ask him about everything, then ask
Why
him
do you
about
want
Ledger.
to break your poor mama's heart with all this amnesia bunk?
I'm telling you the truth. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve.
Yeah, so everybody keeps telling me.
Boy, you need to stop all this funning and get serious. You've got a wedding coming up soon. Heck, you should be thinking about your career and about joining the lodge. Amnesia or no, you can't have forgotten you're about to marry the prettiest little thing in Harvest. I think you and Stephanie are perfect for each other. I just hope her father's disappointment doesn't spoil everything.
Disappointment?
Mr. Potsdam wants to hold the wedding in the lodge, but he'll never get in. Like all the rest, he's always hanging around the post office the first day of the month, waiting for Boyle to bring out that month's lodge applications. And there's always a long line, never enough applications to go around, and even if you do get an application, chances are you're right out of luck. Fewer called to the order and even less accepted. And Potsdam, well, they've turned him down so many times, unless he does something radical, he'll never get in.
Yeah, because you just do nothing and keep reapplying for a thing and then hope you're qualified, since you have more time of doing nothing on your resume. That's not how it works, Mr. Potsdam, for fuck's sake.
Why do you want to break your poor mama's heart with all this amnesia bunk?
I'm telling you the truth. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you've all...
Yes.
Boy, you need to stop all this funning and... Amnesia or no, you can't have forgotten you're about to marry the prettiest little thing in Harvest. I think you and Stephanie are perfect for each other. I just hope her father's disappointment doesn't spoil everything.
Disappointment?
Mr. Potsdam wants to hold the wedding in the lodge, but he'll never get in. Like all the... And there's always a long line.
Blah, blah.
Say what? Say what?
I'll try
Stop on by any time.
I'll try and shove the ledger into him then. Hupuff. Yes, Steve. How fucking look mates? Since we have both, I think it...
The names in these 2 books match exactly. Where did you get them?
One comes from Moynihan's hotel, the other from Moynihan's morgue.
So what?
Do I have to spell it out? Moynihan is a murderer.
Poppycock. Hobos and bums just wander into Harvest. Sometimes they drop dead. It makes sense that such people would eventually occupy both the hotel and the morgue.
Yeah, but all of them?
Nope. Some blow right through and don't stay at either. Now I'm taking these ledgers and returning them to Mr. Moynihan. As for you, you're under arrest for theft, Steve.
Theft? I just brought you evidence of murder.
Evidence or no, you took these from their rightful owner. That don't get you a citation, son. That gets you a night in the clink.
Okay, so, well, he said we had a 3-strike rule. How does that work exactly, if you guys know how the game works? Is this something I'd want to load and not do, or is this something that needs to happen for the story anyway? Because I'm not sure. I'm assuming you can, since there are multiple solutions to stuff, you can run out of crap and get killed. Yeah, we could load to avoid this, but I don't know if there's something not do, I think. Is there anything we can... We can pick up the tin cup.
Okay. Damn it. Okay. Damn it.
Okay, the walkthrough says otherwise. Let's follow the walkthrough then. We don't want to accidentally get stuck. Okay, we...
Boy, the way you keep... Stop on by.
Okay, so we can't do that.
Anything I can help you with?
Ugh.
Help yourself. Speaking of which, you're real lucky to be marrying Stephanie. She don't look like a good woman. I just hope she don't turn out like Mrs. Loomis, or mercy forbid Mrs. Phelps. Good women can be awful hard on a man's needs, don't you know?
Yeah, who... what?
Why, you sure ought to appreciate what a man's gotta do sometimes in a parked car, or a waist-high knothole in a tree, or jail cell at noon. Matter of fact, Mrs. Phelps got no reason not to sell you some of them French postcard girly picture books. If you can get any, it's see clear to part with them. Bring them round when the sheriff's at lunch, and I'd be obliged.
So you fuck waist-high woody knotholes in trees, Loomis. That's weird.
Of course, I don't necessarily mean French postcards. That's just what we called them in my day. Any kind of girly picture book, the kind men like, would be just dandy. I'd be right grateful, kiddo, if you were to bring me one.
No, he's Loomis, Reagans. Which, of course, immediately reminds me of the,
Don't know.
Fucking... anatomy guy.
Don't know.
No?
Anytime.
Oh, penis. Unsolved arson and it's full. These are the same. If we had a cup from the cell, we might be able to get some coffee. No solved cases. Unsolved murders and it's full. I thought this would be the sort of place to solve things, but incorrectly. So it's like, this marked as it's solved. Fuck it.
That's the evidence room, where we store items lifted from crime scenes. It's kept locked at all times. There's things in there that could make people jump through hoops, if I wanted.
Hero. Okay, we don't seem to be able to do much in here. Fire station, I guess? Why not? Thank you for the arse, boys. It's very fine. The pickets of the fence gleam with a fresh coat of white paint, like clean-cut soldiers standing at attention, defending truth, justice, and the American way. Yes. A dog just got polluted in the fucking background.
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
I'll find a way to forgive you, Mr. Man. Dog gets killed in the back again. Restless. Sometimes I can fucking shoot people from, punch them from miles away. Sometimes I can't. It's right up. Fuck. Was it again? I forget which one I save. I need to go back to the lab.
Sorry, Steve. After I'm through here, I've got cleaning to do. Rush, rush.
Nice. Right. New man in chat. Is this the dog that got polluted? Are you gonna bark the entire time while I'm in this room? Jesus.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it.
This is obviously
cut it
Steve
out,
again.
Spots, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up. There you go, Spot.
Yeah, on the rug with it.
So, Steve, bet you don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department.
You could just feel back in the 90s when people were playing this, when it was switching to that little video of the dog licking its chops. You could just hear the CD drive spinning up, and it goes vroom, and everything freezes for 5 seconds, and then you show that shit. Why do you hear about my memory loss? Then why are you sketching nude men in my fire department? In my fire department? What?
Please, it's not the subject, it's the process. Don't be such a party pooper, Steve. We're talking about art. Besides, we haven't had a fire in Harvest since the newspaper building burned down. Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen. Isn't that right, Spots?
Fuck me. Ugh. Oh, Jesus. And the fucking background noise just goes up to 5,000 whenever it goes into one of those cutscenes. Ugh. Okay, let's talk about the Wasp Woman.
Some people think all we do is sit around, sketching fetching examples of manhood for our own amusement. Nothing could be further from the truth. Why, just the other day we cited Tetsuo Crumb for fire code violations. All the dried out paper wasp nests clustered around our wooden house. Why, it's a chemlog just waiting for the right faggot. Believe me, none of us wants to see another fiasco like the Sentinel fire.
Sentinel fire.
A dreadful affair. You wouldn't think that a brick and steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that quickly. Oh, please. Dwayne was glad enough to see the thing go up, and so was McKnight. If you could get into that safe in his wall... Forget it. Look, Steve, as far as I know, the fire was an accident. Let's just leave it at that. Now don't you go moving.
He was naked in the picture. Newspaper fire. We could ask about some other stuff. It's gone.
A dreadful affair. You wouldn't think that a brick and steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that quickly.
Oh shit.
Art enriches the community, Steve. No less than a pulsing fire hose or a fireman beating down a blazing door. So what if we're drawing a nude man? So what if all we ever draw is a nude man, or the same nude man over and over in all sorts of provocative positions? Context, not content. Process, not subject. Don't be so ghost, Steve. It's beneath you.
I don't want to write faggot, but he did say it. Men say in the chat.
Come again?
Nice, that did not work good. Fuck.
Come again?
Why does he not want to fuck? Obviously, this... Okay, what were the things I could ask about before that have since disappeared? What were we gonna ask? I forget. Amnesia.
Come again? Come again?
Wasp.
Come again?
The fuck? Same shit again. Oh no, don't.
Bye-bye.
This fucking dog is fire. Jesus. No, fire. Why are we down there? Oh shit. This dog is weirding me out. Gotta go punch it. Shit. It's invincible. I put the lady in before. It didn't work either. Yeah, I know what a faggot is. It's a, like...
Don't bother me,
what
I'm
you said,
sketching.
bundle of kindling.
Oh, look what you made me do!
What a boring way to die. I was hoping something more interesting would happen. Dean Bloodman.
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
Guess we're done here. I don't think there's a slap ass option. Wasn't there supposed to be a safe here somewhere? Or was that referring to something else? The stupid Twilight music. 3 fire hydrants and ability, yes. Oh well. What, Urkan? Indian women have huge nipples? What size sample are you basing this on? I want 2 things, Hard Chunks. I want to know if I've missed something I can pick up, and I want to know whether or not I'm able to do something that will fuck the game so that I will not be able to complete it later. Get the shovel and use it on the ashes. Where is... Where's the shovel? Have we been past the shovel? Back at the newspaper place. Okay, let's go back there then. I know that you're supposed to do this properly, but there would probably be quite a lot of tedium if I were to pixel hunt everywhere. Oh, there it is, I see. Buried in the ash debris, you spot a few hidden remnants. Operate the ashes, nice. Bake. Harvest, bake, sale. Oh, and a postal workers button. Ripped from the cloth. If I go report this to the police or some shit, we will very likely be fucking arrested for stealing something. I'm going to go and see if I can dig something up from the cemetery. There seemed to be some loose soil. Was the guy later killed in the horror film American? Maybe he was saying some stupid shit to establish him as an idiot that you would want to die. That is usually the case in horror films. So far we've just talked to a bunch of people. I've tried to murder everyone, and once they died I loaded. I just wanted to see what it looked like when they got polluted.
Oh man. Okay.
What, Steve? Why not?
Well, that didn't work.
It's obvious. Oh, so loud. Can you mess with his car? I tried clicking it a bunch. I'm assuming I have to put items or aura loop on it or something to fuck with it. We can try and fuck with it, I guess. Can examine it. Oh, I can punch it, I suppose. I'm gonna go punch it. Fucking sick car punch. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Of course you'd know about this game, Huracan. Oh, god damn it. Oh, his car is... I'm punching your car, leg guy. God damn it.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Stay out of there!
Does he get pissy about this if I do it too much? Is that the default reply, or...
Okay.
Okay, that's not the default reply.
You rotten son of a bitch, bitch, bitch! Sheriff!
Oh. Cock punch! Oh, he's gonna become disabled. Cock punch. Oh shit, he's functioning. Punch Steve, for fuck's sake. Okay, Steve does not always respond when I ask him to punch. I can hold the thing down and he keeps punching. But if I try to time it, then he sometimes doesn't respond. I appear to have died. I stole the lube, and I also stole some tampons from my ladies. My fiance's fucking what's it called? Medicine cabinet. And when he took them, he said I'd have to ask her about this. And then he didn't when we met her. Okay, I need to get the man away first. How the fuck do I get him away? You can clean... Eurocan, have you not cleaned your oven? You gotta clean your oven, Eurocan. Otherwise, you'll just get buildup of more and more crap in there. That'll slowly start incinerating, and then everything you cook in there, apart from being gross, will smell like whatever. Like, I made some chicken in my fucking oven, and it was in one of those stupid goddamn tinfoil trays, and the goddamn thing was leaking, so it splashed down into the bottom of the oven. So you sort of have to clean that shit. But some oven, like Chunky Boy says, have cleaning programs where they basically incinerate everything that's in the oven, so it's easier to clean. Don't be afraid, little. Oh, that's a new one. Let's see. Okay, what the fuck happened there? Let's actually see what happens there. I thought we were just... Okay, nice. I don't know if you're irritating yet, child, but I kill you.
Oh my god! Help! Murderer! Murderer!
What were you thinking? Attacking someone like that? With so many witnesses around? You'll have plenty of time to think about it, boy.
Somebody help me!
We've seen this before.
What do you people want from me?
Okay, so he got polluted. Manhole. No, I don't have that yet. I've been going into every location, and Cybert's been telling me what to pick up. So whatever the manhole thing is, we have not gotten yet. What's a Ted Cruz?
Hi, what's your name?
Karen,
What are you doing?
playing. My mom is working, so I gotta stay out of her hair. Wanna play?
Not now, maybe later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So Rufus shirt. I have one shirt like that, and it's red.
Bye-bye.
Can I use lube on the lady?
Cool.
I should probably not do that.
Oh, Steve, what are you doing sneaking up on me like that? God, for a second I thought you were Mr. Johnson. What would you like to order?
So people sit in the seats there, right, and stare at each other, and there are no tables. That's fucking weird.
Sure. And my name's Edna Fitzpatrick. I'm not the one with amnesia.
Then you believe me.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I guess I've changed. I'm not kidding.
Now, Steve, faking amnesia won't help anything. If you don't want to marry Stephanie, then don't. But don't play sick, for heaven's sake. I'd expect that from Karen, not an 18-year-old.
Oh, he's supposed to be 18. Oh, this is the lady who needs some penis, the guy said. You can hard chunks, but I prefer if you sort of tell me the things I need to pick up at the locations I'm at. Rather than tell me to go places and get stuff, unless I've already been there, but you wouldn't know where we've been. So just tell me if I missed something as I'm about to leave somewhere.
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry, I missed that.
Why is our mother the only one we can ask to fuck? It's weird. I can give the tampon to the child?
Mr.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Johnson
that
has
afterwards.
a liking for me. I call it a crush, but that's too innocent a word. He's a bitter man with too much time on his hands. He's never gotten over being rejected by the lodge, and there's something unwholesome in the way he looks at me. I'm always glad when the sheriff comes in every day at noon. Sorry, I missed that. The lodge is the repository of all wisdom. You should join the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve, and soon.
Why? For God's sake, what is it about this place?
The wheat ripens and waits not for the scythe. The farmer who waits too long, it were better that he use the scythe to rip his own stomach out than to stay his scythe when the wheat ripens. The harvest moon wanes and then comes winter. An empty belly, the body sun's belly, gurgling within or bloody on the ground. What does it benefit a man if he gains his soul and loses the world? You hunger. Feed yourself before it's too late. Oh.
Edna?
Steve. What happened? Were we talking about Boyle? Or was it Karen?
You seemed strange there for a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress. Running this diner all alone. Forgive me.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. Those professions where people are encouraged or even trained to small talk, like hairdressers or people taking your order at places like this. They ask you about the harvest moon, start talking about spilling guts and shit, and it's like, mate, I just want a fucking burger. Yeah, okay, let's give the tampon to the child as instructed.
Stop by anytime, Steve.
Let's say it before inserting the tampon into the child. Okay, look at you. So, if you got any shit you need to plug up, kid, I can recommend these things.
Cool.
I can't use the tampons on the fucking child. She just says cool to everything I do. That's her default, instead of like, like all the other dudes say. You have anything else to say here, Sheriff, or...
Hello there, Steve. Here for lunch?
No, just here looking around. Though I'm not entirely sure where here is.
Oh, I forgot. You're playing your little amnesia prank. Well, boy, this is DNA's diner. Isn't that right, Edna?
Don't listen to Sheriff Dwayne. This is Edna's diner. But ever since the E burned out on the sign, they've been giving me a hard time.
Now, don't be like that, Edna. It's a great place to eat, which is good, since it's the only place to eat in Harvest. Say what? Say what? Say what?
Fuck.
Say what?
Oh, you
Stop on by.
inbred twait. Not who I wanted to kill, but sure. Open drawer and left, get screwdriver. Very fine. Where's the drawer? Grease fryer. Cake cover. Cake cover. Pick up cake cover. Cake cover is now mine. Well, I just took the cake cover from behind the counter. What? Fucking pixel hunt. Look at that. That doesn't even look like anything to me. Jesus. That was... oh, goddamn. The fuck? The fuck is going on in the chat? Something mind control they sell in Walmart? That Onoke's mother bought? I'm skimming a bit, but I think I got the... How do I pick up the garlic? Where is it? Garlic bread cross. Car punch. Let's dick around with this moped, maybe.
Well, that didn't work.
Shit. There's been a spree of that stupid crap in DK. People being all like, oh, terror, or whatever. Fucking kids throwing stones off highway passes onto cars. And you'd think that would be funny until someone died, and then someone fucking did. Some German tourist visiting, and the car just completely kills the guy's wife. The stone kills the guy's wife, and then they start doing it more, the fucking kids. And then there was a spree of people loosening bolts on cars' wheels in the middle of the night, being twats. It's completely stupid. Yeah, it's completely crap. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go through the areas I've been in hard chunks, so that you can get up to speed. We have been at our house, where we picked up, I think, a pen and a quarter and a newspaper. Then we went to the Potsdam residence, where we picked up all the shit from the medicine cabinet. Not much else, I think. Abandoned house, did not have anything. We talked to Wasp Lady, that was it. Johnson residence, yeah, nothing happened there. We talked to the guy, that was it. We went to the cemetery, nothing we could do there. We went to the mortuary, we picked up the ledger, we tried to pick up the glue, he wouldn't let us. There was a lot of meat dialogue there, yeah. Is this day one? Yeah, I mean, an ice pick to entire parking lots worth of car tires, that's just irritating. That's just vandalism, but loosening the bolts, hoping that people will crash, that is, like, malicious. I don't think they're bored here. I think they are more interested in scaring people or hurting people and getting away with it. We haven't been to the lodge, so I assume we go here. That is the sort of shit a green purple tentacle would drink.
Only initiates may enter the hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Did you say something?
I did not speak, but my mind touched yours.
Telepathy? But how?
Only those who seek enlightenment or want my attention. Do you hunger for true knowledge?
So this is, IMDb told me that these two are the same voice actor. Kind of knowledge, mate.
Forbidden knowledge, the forgotten pleasures, and pleasures as yet undiscovered. But such is not for the likes of you. Not yet. You must first fill out an application to be considered for initiation into the mysteries.
Okay, so if I'm going to not be told what this involves, and then I'm going to join up and it turns out to be wasp fucking, I'm going to be very upset. And not in the sexual manner. I'm going to be very annoyed at this. It might be the same guy, yeah, it's probably the director. Apparently, Nolan actually did a lot to change Bale's voice post-production as well. It wasn't as bad as it ended up being afterwards. It's the dumbest thing about that Batman. Did you miss the Wasp fucking on okay? There's a Wasp lady that talks about wasps being sensual and talking about them thrusting venom into you as if it were ejaculate, and she seems very happy about it. Okay, let's see.
Applications are available at the post office. Postmaster Boyle disseminates them to the uninitiated. I do not sully my hands.
Then I just fill it out and return it to you, or what?
You may find it difficult to obtain an application. You will no doubt need to find some way to persuade Postmaster Boyle to give you one in the middle of the month, as it is against his rules. When you do, however, bring it to me, and if you are worthy, you will be put to the test.
Nice. I wonder if this guy wants to fuck.
Have you obtained an application from the postmaster?
Not yet.
If you would find knowledge, you must seek it from the first realization of the wanting. Whether you do or not matters little to me. Many are called, but few chosen.
You tell him, Ragman. I'm thinking that this guy will completely prednicate me if I try to slay him, so let's try. I cannot approach him further. God fucking damn it. Oh, just doing some stretches. I'm off. The post office, I guess? $41% off packing peanuts, assorted colors. In DK, whenever anything is assorted, it's abbreviated ASS. So this would say in DK, ASS colors. As many things fucking say. It's like... ass shampoo, for example. Good call. Postmaster Boyle, the woman. A blind woman trying to read her mail. Let's go punch her. As is our way. Do you want me to feel your mail for you? Shit, she's at the fucking angle of the semi-sacred geometry in which we can physically harm her.
Yes?
I need some help, Mr.
Postmaster Boyle, what can I do for you today? Sorry, youngster, we're out of applications right now.
Come on, you must have one around here somewhere.
Well, I do have the master, but you can't write on that. And I only make copies once a month, on the button, regular as clockwork.
No.
It's not the effort, son. It's the principle. We must adhere to our standards. They're all that stand between civilization and chaos. I'm sorry, you'll just have to come back in a month, same as anyone else. And even then, I can't guarantee you'll get an application. The line is always long, and there are never enough to go around.
It's very important that I get in quickly.
That's what they all say. Postmaster Boyle, I'll just die if I don't get into the lodge. I can't make an exception, young man. It just wouldn't be right.
No, penis.
Don't mumble, son. Can't understand you.
Fucking nudes.
Don't mumble. Don't mumble.
God.
Next time you post, don't forget the zip code.
Fucking zip your code. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Is there anything I can pixel hunt and pick up in here, or am I just to leave? Can I kill him? I could. I just disappeared. We don't seem to be game overing. The button and burn flyer. Oh, I see. Okay. If I get there we go. I was what?
What were you thinking?
I was trying to flee. Well, that didn't help. I forgot which save it was. Was it car punch? Okay, so I show him the... Have we talked to him?
Yes?
I need some help.
Postmaster boy.
There we go. Large application.
Come on.
Well, I...
It's very...
That's what... Next time you...
Let's show him the button and the burnt shite. So have a look at the button, you fuck.
My button? Why, I lost that months ago. Where did you find it?
Funny thing, that. I found it in the ashes. At the newspaper building.
What are you implying? That I had something to do with setting the fire? Preposterous. Why, 100 people must have visited that site since the fire. And what if I did? I guess I'd be pretty grateful to anyone who could help get me off the hook.
How?
You seem like a capable lad. Hypothetically, let's say there was a gas can sitting in the evidence room at the sheriff's office. A gas can which might have some incriminating prints on it. Someone might be very grateful for the return of that gas can. Say, grateful enough to provide whoever returned it with a lodge application. Oh, and Steve, you'll keep this to yourself. If you're smart. That interests me not at all.
Car punch. Okay, so we need to get the fucking shit from the evidence room. For that, I think we need some loot. Maybe we could get the ass picture that the fireman drew. That thing was so fucking well made that it could easily have been a lady's bum. Anyway, he wouldn't have been able to tell the difference, I think. Yeah, the lady would not talk. They just said she was blind. Do you mean a serial killer, not a serial killer, Urokan? Because murdering, yeah. Maybe there's loot at the general store. The fuck? There's burst, tape and broken glass, obviously professional break-in. Candy man. Aw. Creamed asparagus. Yum. 2 M's, that's... The 2 M's, for some reason, seem weird to me. Harvest bake sale on Friday in the school gym. VHF knob? Free copies, that's generous. When did copiers come about, anyway? Like photocopiers, like this one. That's anachronistic, I think.
Can I help you, dear?
Who are you?
This is Phelps General Store, so who would that make me? Maybe you need to go back to Gein Memorial and have Miss Whaley teach you about logic.
I'm fuzzy on a lot of things these days. My memory's gone.
Pshaw, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious, I need some help.
Well, they say a sharp blow to the head is a good thing for amnesia.
That's a cartoon.
In which case, I'd recommend Miss Whaley again. Then again, they say a good scare can jog the memory. In which case, I'd advise you to visit the Sergeant at Arms over at the lodge. That man gives me the willies. Speaking of willies, how's your father?
Don't know. My so-called mother keeps him locked in his room. And I can't get in.
Care to buy anything today?
The stencil duplicator. Yeah, but that's a photocopier there. Those didn't exist back in the 50s. Let's see them old sweatbags, grandmama. Yes, I forgot what she asked.
Just point to whatever you want. I'm a little hard of hearing.
You.
Hello, Steve.
Oh.
Care to buy anything today?
Yes.
Just point to...
Any loot? Is that a red arse? We have a cent. Or a quarter. I'm not sure about currency. Like a quarter? Is that it's half a dollar? A quarter dollar, so that would be what, 25 cents? I'm unsure. You probably divided it into 12s or some stupid fucking shit. Silly Yankman.
A girly magazine? Why, Steve, I'm surprised at you. I'd expect that sort of thing from Deputy Loomis, but never from you. He's always coming in here oogling the girly magazines behind my counter. Darned if I'd sell him one, though. I know his wife, for heaven's sakes.
Well, will you sell me one?
I certainly will, Steve. That kind of interest is healthy for a young fellow. Steers him away from being a fireman.
Nice. Have I received an issue of Hunk Rump? Yes, there we have, in fact, an issue of Hunk Rump. Things are coming together nicely. We could not ask her for fuck, though. Man quotes me for repeating a quote of another man in the chat. Very fine. This is the internet. It's mine now. Okay, so we gotta go show the tits to the relevant man. There. Tits. Alright, mate. You want some of this?
Oh, by George. Oh, by Jiminy. Oh, this here's the real thing. Oh, can I have it?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Excuse me, kiddo. I gotta go check the jail for clean towels.
I'm happy that we got to see him waddle away and close CGI door. I'm gonna save in case that this is timed. I don't know how long he wanks. So we gotta go into the evidence room, right? Door's locked. Is there a key here? Quote 1000 was some awful shit, Terry added. Okay, I'm clicking examine the desk, but nothing's happening. I think my fat ass is in the way. Jolly fat man murder spree. Oh, bloody sneakers for the boy. Nice. Lawn dart. What the fuck is a lawn dart? Did not like green eggs and ham, so they killed him. Normal sized head. What? It's very specific. Nice. Nothing more I can get in here? Oh, I see. Take the lawn dart. Very useful. Could I pick it up? I don't think so. No, it won't let me. Try and punch it. The thing is, I don't think I can be allowed in here again, so if I don't have everything, that's a bit sad. I think I've clicked everything, though. We can never be fucking sure. I am saving a lot. I do not have a walkthrough. I have men in the chat so that they may give me spoiler-free hints and shit. Okay, can I leave here? I won't be fucking myself over by leaving. I have the shoes, gas can, and camera, yes. As Cybert said. Sneakers, gas can, and camera. Why do I keep missing what Cybert says?
Hello, Steve. Where's Loomis?
You'll be coming around the mountain if you come. Oh, that's it.
Loomis, damn you!
Wait, no. No!
No!
Lighting up the mattress again. Folding up the towels. Charles, snake!
No!
Very fine. I leave. That man's still fucking around with that. Very fine. Okay, so we've got sneakers for the boy, but I'm not sure where the fuck the kid is now. I haven't seen him. Well, if you want to do a danger wank, you gotta be as quick as possible to unwank again. So not taking his pants off would be the correct move in this case. But he's useless. Wanking makes your brother being died. What? It's kind of not a danger wanker. Kind of danger wank is usually something like something you do on a step ladder where there's an element of danger to enhance the experience. Is this where we find a...
Steve, good of you to drop by, big guy. Haven't seen you since graduation. A lot of changes, I hear.
You could say that.
Good, good. That's a nice part of my job. Turning fine young men and women out into the world, and then watching them prosper. Of course, I was able to reach more people at the old Sentinel, God bless her. But then again, I never got to see the results of my work up close before.
Who are you?
You know very well I'm Mr. Harold, the principal of Gain Memorial. Steve, I've heard about this amnesia nonsense. I had hoped you'd be in the lodge by now, fine young fellow like yourself. But now, I think maybe you need a little more quality time.
Quality time? Well, we're amnesiaed, so I think we wouldn't remember being molested. I assume that's what he means by this. Let's have a...
What do you mean, quality time?
Some, like Miss Whaley, favor stern discipline, corporal punishment, as a means of socialization. Myself, I temper discipline with love. Quality time can be such a warm, sharing experience. After just a few sessions, you'd stop this amnesia nonsense and become a productive member of society and a fit candidate for the lodge.
So basically Catamite, I guess. There was a belief back in the ye old Greece that a man could transfer knowledge to another younger man via yop. Very fine. And we just lost a lot of options. I'm not sure why it does that. Should I start taking pictures of the screen so I'll remember all the things we can ask about? It's a bit irritating since we can ask about it anyway, but we have to remember it, which is a bit ass.
You turned out pretty good, except for that amnesia nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Maybe you need a little straightening out. Oh, the things I could do to you. You'd be a much finer young man with just a little quality time.
Let me ask about quality
what
time
do you
again.
mean?
Some must quality. Big guy, born some quality time. The greatest gift I can bestow upon you as your former principal is a word of advice. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon at any cost. Within the lodge lies your future, and without dust.
Why do you keep calling me big guy?
A sign of respect, lad. As principal, my station is higher than yours now, but you never know what the future holds, so you should always hedge your bets and pay tribute to your inferiors. You never know who will come to power, or who, even now, wields it behind the scenes. For all I know, you might already be a member of the Order, with access to the lodge. If that were the case, you'd be my superior, and I'd be all that much better off having shown you respect and spent some quality time with you. Surely mine is the most important position in Harvest. The ability to mold young minds. That's power. You might think Sheriff Dwayne's the most important man here, big guy. But he only deals with my failures. When I do my job right, the sheriff never sees a thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games from back in the day, like Phantasmagoria, that seem extraordinarily offensive, but are actually quite stupid, ironic, and humorous at their core. But a lot of people can't get past the... like, this thing exists, so I must be angry, and that's free PR for a lot of games, and Harvest was one of those games. As well as Phantasmagoria. It went, oh, blood, violence, oh, this man's a pedo, he's all sorts of fucking shit, and it's weird, oh man, we can't have this in games. And even if the game itself is, I mean, Harvest is, so far it's funny, it's funny, and it doesn't seem, barring some pixel hunting and shit, it doesn't seem bad. Of course, we're using a walkthrough in with the chat here, so it might actually be really shit to play if you had no idea what the fuck to do, but So far, it's funny, and that's about it. And it's weird. It's weird in a way that would also be disturbing if you take it seriously, but it's so weird that you just can't, and everything is very tongue-in-cheek. So even if they try, it's just funny. But a lot of people will take offense to that, and that is half the game's PR. People being up in arms about don't sell this filth, blah blah blah, and that'll make a lot of people spite by it. Hatred tried to do the same thing, but we have sort of moved on since then, where people just look at it and go bleh. Back then, you couldn't really see much of a game without actually buying it. There were demos sometimes, but not really very well distributed, because if a game was controversial, it might not be on a demo disc, so you wouldn't be able to get the demo. So it would just be this thing that everyone told you not to play and said, oh, this is so grim, blah blah blah, and that, to the young mind, is a very compelling sales point. It's like when adults say you're too young to watch this movie, and they don't talk about porn, but they talk about some sort of horror shit, and they see some crap. It's very appealing to people. So that's basically it. And yes, it was sold. It was banned in a few countries, of course, but those countries ban everything, and there was a controversy, and it sold because of that. And yes, it's on sale. It's fairly cheap. I am playing the Steam version. If it's on GOG, I would recommend that version instead, simply because it's a game that runs through DOSBox. And while both Steam version and GOG version runs through DOSBox, the GOG version has a proper prompt pop-up that gives you a bunch of DOSBox options. They are available in the Steam one, but they involve fucking around in configuration files, which is a pain in the ass. So you get the same game, but smoother on GOG. So get that one if you need to. I got this from Humble, and that only redeems on Steam. So that's why I'm doing the one. I mean, look up at the chat. Look at the chat here. Statistics with gay and the lisp. There was actually some studies on that, and they were, from what I saw, a bit inconclusive, but generally anytime someone does a caricature in some sort of media, especially something like this, and they want to convey someone as gay or something, they will ramp up the stereotypes just to make sure that the viewer immediately understands that someone is homo, and that is the entirety of their character, like fucking Rise in Lost Crown, and like the firefighters in this, because it's literally what they're there for. It's their personality, it's their gimmick, it's what they need to be. So everything will be ramped up to 5 million, and therefore the lisp, I think.
Drop in again soon. Adult education is a wonderful thing, as is adult quality time.
He sounds like he's so sick of saying that. So this guy is an equal opportunist. He's not exactly a pedo, he fucks everything. So, yeah. Normally Steve would be too old, I guess. That was the most boring death I've ever seen. Shit, I forgot which one. Was it Car Punch? It's usually Car Punch. Did I not talk to him?
Seeing you here again, one would think you'd never graduate.
Okay, good.
Drop in again soon. Adult education.
Yeah. Boys, go get your food. Go get your food, kitty. Type molester Easter egg to
Seeing
him.
you-
Okay.
Oops, you just lost me. Oops, you just lost me.
That didn't work.
Drop in again soon. Adult education.
Guess it was not him. So there's someone here fouler than everything else. And then this guy. And Urakan, the gay dude speaking with a lisp, and the lesbians being normal. Usually, I mean, ESO is a big production, but usually the case is that most of it's written for dudes. So, they generally don't. There's one stereotype, which is the sort of like what we call in DK a concrete lesbo, which is an extraordinarily masculine man that just lady that just is the most lesbianated lady in the world, which is an awful and dumb stereotype, and that's usually the one they run with. So I prefer that they just be normal, because that's what gay people are usually. What the fuck are you teaching them? No, Steve, why do you leave? Fuck children, not in the Catholic or the way the principal tends to do it. Ah! If I kill the teacher, will the students cheer? They do not give a fucking shit. This fucking music.
My goodness, class, this is Stephen. He used to be a student here at Gein Memorial. Say hello, class. They're reticent. The educator's gravest problem today is the apathy of the students.
What's wrong with their heads?
I can tell you in one word, Stephen. Discipline. Thank goodness you weren't a sulky bear. You were always a smiley bear.
Then you remember me?
Not as such. So many pupils, Stephen. They come and they go. But I can always spot those who were nice boys. You can tell from the forehead. The lobes, right, class? I'm glad you stopped by, Stephen.
What?
Would you care to say a few words to the class about civic responsibility?
Not really. I was just passing through.
Oh, but you must, Stephen. A positive role model might be just the thing to inspire these little monsters. Stephen, have you any questions for me? Or shall I continue with class?
Quality time?
Ask away then. We don't follow, do we, class?
That's weird. My old homeroom teacher used to be into the whole quality time thing. He was a horrible, horrible man and went to jail.
We don't practice corporal punishment here. I've never believed in that old adage, spare the rod and spoil the child. A rod is too thin, but a baseball bat? That bridges the generation gap quite nicely.
Yes, the Pink Floyd dude.
Colonel Monroe is conducting another air raid drill.
Jesus!
Everyone to the hallway, quick!
If an A-bomb hits, what good is it gonna do to duck and cover?
How did he get polluted from such a tiny slab?
My stars, that was exciting.
This lodge, what do you know about it?
The building itself, like Harvest, was constructed with a specific purpose in mind. That noble intent is known only to those within the Order. You're at about the right age to join them, Stephen, and you will do so if you care about your future.
Will there be an air raid again if we do this?
That. Oh dear.
Is it the same kid again?
That was exciting.
I don't know. Fuck him. Harvest.
Can you tell me?
Harvest was founded by the Order of the Harvest Moon about 100 years ago.
For what purpose?
Why, I'm sure you'd have to ask them. You'll find the members of the Order at the lodge.
Hello, Pongy.
This lodge, what do you know about it?
The building itself, like Harvest, was constructed with a specific purpose in mind. That noble intent is known only to those within the Order. You're at about the right age to join them, Stephen, and you will do so if you care about your future. We don't follow, do we? Stop by.
Can't take the bat. Oh, it's the lodge, I see. Oh, yeah. Played underwater, what? Oh, yeah, fuck off. Yeah, I should go to the missile silo. Gonna do that after. Let's save on tits. Let's remember we saved on tits. Is every exit on this side too? Yes. Ah, okay. I have not read the note from the sheriff's office. No, I'm not sure how to... Oh yeah, I right-click, don't I? Right-click to view, yeah, there you go. Jesus, I can't see shit. I can't fucking read a thing. Do you have anything to say about that, Steve? Or what happened? Fucking Fremen. I used to think that Fremen were cool, then I read the book. Then they weren't so cool. Nice.
Halt! Who goes there?
They tell me my name is Steve.
All right. This is Section 21. Keep your distance, son. I wouldn't want to have to blow your head off.
That makes two of us.
So you're the amnesiac, huh? Just another draft-dodging ploy the way I see it. But at least you're not an alien. You see their ships every now and then. Sometimes Swell bags one in the woods.
Who are you?
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation. Keeping America safe from those who would dye our flag red, white, and pink.
These are nuclear missiles?
Goddamn right they are. Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies. All I gotta do is hit the button and blammo! The price of vodka goes through the roof. Along with the vodka.
Well, I suppose you have, you know, safeguards against accidents?
Safeguards? Don't be such a weak sister. There are no safeguards. This is the 50s.
Nice.
Then you have sole control of the, missiles.
That's right. Been in charge here since WW2, when I got my lower torso shot off in the war. Those pennywaists in Washington wanted to stick me behind a desk. To hell with that. They owed me. I left my legs in Dusseldorf. They owed me. Of course, they felt that after the trauma of having to crawl from Germany to England trailing my intestines behind me, I was too emotionally unstable to continue in the military. That's why they gave me this nice cushy job and put me in charge of the nuclear missiles.
Why is the boss out front? Also, considering current payness, I would gladly lose my lower body. Call me bastards. That's nice.
Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now? I appreciate your honesty, comrade.
I don't think that was a good place to hide the button. I think that might have been a bad place to hide the button. I forgot where I saved. Was it Car Punch? Come here, boys. Nowhere. Fireman once I'm done with all the other topics. I'm guessing I shouldn't mention commies. I'm fairly certain he'll shoot me regardless of anything, I guess.
So,
Who are you?
Colonel,
These are...
goddamn.
Well,
So,
then...
that's when I... Those penny... That's why they gave me this nice
So about his intestines.
Funny thing about it is, you wouldn't think so, but you've got about 3 miles of intestines in your body, all curled up. Now that came in handy as I gauged my progress. While I crawled from Germany to England, my intestines would unravel, such that every 3 miles I'd have to roll them back up and stuff them back in. It became my benchmark, what I lived for. Every time I stuffed my intestines back in, I knew I was 3 miles closer to freedom. In this way, I kept my sanity. That's what I told those idiots in Washington. But did they listen? No. Some weak sister shrink said I was too emotionally unstable to kill Koreans. So they transferred me to this boring stockpile of armed nuclear warheads. And to top it off, those pansy firemen won't let me join the Harvest Volunteer Fire Department. Oh, it makes you wonder. What's the point of going on?
But you don't have an ass. How could you be a fireman?
I wanted to get back into the thick of the action and out of this desk job, but those firemen are a damn peculiar bunch of ladies. I thought they'd object to my lack of a lower body, but they wouldn't let me join the fire department because they said I couldn't draw naked men. Can't draw naked men? Who the hell wants to? I could draw one if I was a sick commie pervert. Look, I did this last night. What do you think?
That's very fine. Good artsmanship. Yeah, very fine. Fine drawing. I'm gonna have to go degrease thinking about this one. Give me a... pick one for me in the meantime so I can blame you if we die. I go to wash my hands. Cat's all, oh, score, tap for me. And then she's all like, nah, no tap after all. But tap for me, yes? Let me have a look here. What you meant to say. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Arts for commies. Obviously for commies. Yeah, the thing about this is, so your artist for commies, right? He said that himself, but he also drew art, so I can either call him a commie for having drawn art, or I can agree with the previous statement he made, or call it a fine drawing, which makes me a commie, I guess. So, I'm not really sure about his logic here. So, yeah, let's say it's for commies.
You don't say. Then you'd better go reconnoiter the fire station, mister. There's a lot of art going on over there. Determine if commie infiltration has occurred in Harvest, and report back here. Your report could make the difference in what I decide to do.
About what, Colonel?
Never mind that, son. It's easier if you don't know.
You say before you came to Harvest, your lower torso was shot off in the war?
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was dark. The rain wet. The plastique I was supposed to rig the bridge with, precariously sandwiched between my knees as I crawled in the muddy mud. I didn't see the Jerry taking aim at me with his machine gun until half of me was flying through the air. With a quick spray of bullets in a straight line, he'd shot my body clean in two. My lower body landed at that Jerry's feet.
Boys.
I can still hear him, laughing as I started crawling in the general direction of England, calling behind me in broken English.
Mein Freund, where is your legs? Looky, what have we here? Some legs? Hey, did anyone lose some legs?
I'll never forget looking back over my shoulder and seeing that crowd doing the can-can with my legs. Still a few weeks later, with only my compass and a pair of nylons, I made it back to safety. Now the Krauts are our friends and the commie bastards are our enemies. But even so, there's at least one crowd out there that I'll never invite over to Sunday dinner.
Boys.
Harvest is a fine town, steeped in traditional American values. But that lodge, well, it makes me suspicious, don't mind saying it. They've got their fingers into everything around here. Like a certain red commie bastard menace which shall be nameless.
Boys, can you... Oh, crap. Ah. Which one do we pick? Okay, boys, please stop meowing at me. You're going on the recording. You can sit here. Shall we just not tell him about the lodge? Okay. A test again, you think?
That might work out for the best, mister. I think you should join the lodge, infiltrate it, and report back on any Red sympathizers. Your report could affect my decision on what I've got to do.
Nice. I'm gonna leave before he kills me again.
Remember, duck and cover.
Okay, let's save since we haven't died. Save on car punch. The booth is the only building on the base. That seems extremely good. And he's holding himself up over so that if he ever gets tired in his arms and rests down, all the fucking missiles will launch. Very smart. Yes, let's slap him. It would appear we got too close. Car punch?
Halt!
It's just me.
What do you want?
The llamas? What? The llamas fear me.
That's good. Someone has to keep them in check. I'm glad you stopped by again. I want you to infiltrate those firemen, mister. There's a lot of art going on over there. I want to make...
Okay.
Remember?
So there's this chance this fucking cunt will kill us every fucking time we talk to him. That seems like a fantastic man. Okay, I leave. Fuck him. Okay, let's see. We can probably go get the application at the post office now, I guess. She's still fucking around with her shit.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. After all this time.
Where's my application, Boyle?
Here, take it. With my thanks. You know, this morning as I was making my rounds, I noticed an awful lot of television aerials on the roofs. Seems like more and more each day. You got me this can just in time, youngster. I may have need of it again.
What do you mean?
There's another reason why Sheriff Dwayne didn't investigate the Sentinel fire. If you'd like to get something else on the blackmailing bastard, check around the television station. While you still can.
Sheriff, if you think I'm going to keep pegging this forever, you are bleh. There are limits. Paging? Paying? Boyle. Oh, I see. There's a manhole again. We haven't been to the barber shop, but we have the application, the Johnson residence. I had a thing I wanted to do. He said to go poke somewhere while there's still time. And I've already forgotten where he told us to go look. We haven't looked at the meat plant either. TV station? Was that what he said? I've forgotten. I guess so. The fuck? Aye, aye, aye.
Stay tuned, buckaroos. There's more to come on Range Riders Cowboy Roundup. So don't go away. And what's your name, hombre?
Steve.
Steve's a swell name. My dog's name is Steve. Would you like my autograph, Steve? You'd want to talk to Mr. McKnight, buckaroo. I'm just Range Rider, the cowpoke's cowpoke. You gotta excuse me, youngin'. I gotta ski-daddle to the watering hole and back before the commercial's over.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone fucking pronounce the hombre properly. So yeah, this is a first, and in this game of all places.
Violence? What about it? Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores. Where would we be right now if the cowboys hadn't gone out west and butchered innocent people to steal their land? Answer me that, Mr. Know-It-All.
But what about studies that have shown that children become more violent when watching violence?
Buckaroo, I rip the guts out of godless heathen Injuns. Most kids don't see godless heathen Injuns on a regular basis, and if they do, they better either get their eyes checked or do like old Range Rider and shoot the bejesus out of them, lest they want to go untreated for psychotic hallucinations, or wind up with their scalps hanging from a buckskin belt. Oh, shit! Ow! Shit on a stickaroo! The parents that are griping about violence on TV are the same parents that go outside in the morning to fetch their papers, secure in the knowledge that they won't get an arrow through the noodle because the violence they hate so much done cleared the Injuns out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, civilization has benefited from violence.
but should violence be treated as entertainment?
Check my rating, son. Violence is entertainment. I just put it on the air. If some kid watches, that says something about the kid, not me. Now, excuse me, we're going back on the air.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the game being self-aware of all the shit it was gonna stir when it started, when it would air. Boys, for fuck's sake! Come here. Kitty. No. Stop washing bags, it's so weird. Why would you do that? It's a plastic bag, it doesn't need washing. I'm gonna put it over here, on the other side of the room. Oh. Speak to him again? Okay, boys, now you're...
Can't talk now, buckaroo. Why, you're spouting nonsense, cowpoke.
We probably could have gotten an autograph for the
Happy
brother.
trails,
Actually,
buckaroo.
that would have been smart. Yeah, it didn't work, Scarlet. I guess we're done here. Enter Knight's room. Ah. Nice. Probably save. Save on tits so I forget and think it's car punch.
Hey, Sport. This is a private office.
Yeah, I know, Mr.
McKnight. I own and operate this station. Have you brought me some news for tonight's broadcast, or...
I've lost my memory. That's news.
The hell it is! You always were a kidder, Steve. Any real news to tell me?
Actually, I was just wanting to know more about the TV station.
Hey, WHAR is the only television station in Harvest. Since the old Sentinel went under, what with the newspaper building burning down and all, we're golden. Nobody competes with us, Sport.
So, when you write, "You done goofed, mate," I'm not sure if I fucked something up in the game that I can't... that I can't fucking recover from, because I, you are not specifying a lot there, so I wonder if I have to load, but you're not being specific there, so I don't know if I have to load, so that's very, very ustless. Okay, good.
Hey now, Sport, that's an irresponsible allegation. I had nothing to do with that fire. Just because WHAR may have benefited from it and I danced on the ashes a little, doesn't mean I torched the place. You can ask Sheriff Dwayne if you have any doubts.
You seem awfully touchy on the subject, Sport.
I'm touchy when people try to muscle their way into my business. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave my office and don't come back.
Oh, boys, for fuck's sake, he does this thing every night. He goes around and meows everywhere, and it's very loud. The only way I can make her stop is to pick her up and fuck around. So BRB, I'm gonna go get the cat again. God damn it, boys. What? Oh, fuck. I think she wanted the tap. I have currently turned on the tap and she's now drinking from it. I'm not allowed to look at her while she has the tap, so I am now in here waiting for her to finish drinking from the sink. So give me a second. fuck's sake. I go in there, she notices me, she turns away from the tap that she was drinking quite happily and just stares at me until I go away. Ugh. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Press F to play respect. That doesn't do anything. Gonna save and go punch him, because why not? His head came off weird. He didn't have a special dead. Secret safe behind a picture. What's the number combination? The one from the fucking piece of paper we had. Is this the one? Tax, whatever. No.
Damn it. If you don't get out of here right now. All right, sport.
This is your first arrest.
Oh, there we go. That was too weird for me to survive. Boys, why are you meowing again? Please stop it. Okay. Come here. Come here, I'll lift you. If you come over here, I'll lift you. You don't have to go around and meow. I mean, I don't know what you want when you meow. I don't speak cat. I have lifted you now. You are sitting here. Now you're awkward. That's fine. Okay, are we done here? Walkthrough men? Okay, we seem we're done here, guys. Have to click. Oh yes. There we go. Okay, so now we're done here. I'm assuming these are real Indians that they're fucking murdering for the show. Okay, so the only place we haven't been is the meat plant and the barber shop, I think. Yeah. But the men kept mentioning that there was something at the barber shop you could fuck up. Yeah, men mentioned there was something I could do in the barbershop to fuck up the entire playthrough. So I've been putting that place off. I don't know, maybe... Let's go to the meat plant. Look at some meat. What the fuck is that? Kitty. Why are there so many kitties? Please don't eat kitties. Look at all these kitties, boys. Aw.
Steve, how's your father? Is he better?
About the same, I guess.
He's been away from work for weeks, and when I call your house, your mother won't let me talk to him.
I haven't seen him either.
This is a fine kettle of fish, I must say. Though I am glad to see you taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
Pat in DK means tit. Oh no, there's a slain kitty. What's the fucking meaning?
What's with all the cats? This a slaughterhouse or a kennel?
Oh, them? They eat the scraps, that's all.
Yeah, but look at them. Isn't there some kind of health department that keeps tabs on these things?
Are you going to work at the health department, Steve? Or here? Maybe I get sick of do-gooder busybodies sucking around here all the time. A man's up to his elbows in guts all day, every day. What more do they want from him?
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Funny how that's beginning to sound like a stock answer. Like it was coached.
You sure are acting like a kidder, son. With your dad ill, you're gonna need to start behaving like an adult, especially if you're gonna take over the family business. You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach.
Stop showing me that loud picture. Yes,
A
loud
lot of
picture.
times, when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of intestine out from my fingernails, I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher.
Maybe cut your
Of
nails
course,
if you're
amnesia
getting
would
shit
certainly
under 'em.
help that, wouldn't it? What exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know. I can't get in to see him. Come to think of it, I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Does it matter? The end product is all the customer cares about, Steve. And we only carry the finest meat, only the juiciest cuts.
Loudest cutscene. Jesus God.
Once you take over the business, you'll realize the importance of
Stop
maintaining
it!
quality while cutting costs. We know what we're doing here, Steve. If we didn't, would the lodge use us to cater their affairs? Your father's very particular about the profits, Steve. No freebies for anyone. But seeing how you're his son, if you'll bring written permission from your father, I'll give you the meat. There are certain tricks of the trade, Steve. Once your dad gets better and you start working in here cutting up the meat, you'll be privy to them. There's always cheaper, better ways to do things, if you're creative. Don't be such a stranger, Steve, and my best to your dad.
The fucking attack in this is so unresponsive, it's ridiculous. The mouse seems to work, but the keyboard shit. Fucking... I like how some have a health bar, other people just die immediately. Okay, fucking... So a conversation at the barber shop then. Don't think I got the meat slip, no. Ah, yes, meat permission slip. Yes, I did get a meat permission slip. That sounds fucking weird.
Howdy, Steve.
Yeah. Howdy back, Mr.
Pete swell, Steve. Don't you pull my old leg now. Change your mind about that aluminum siding?
What are you talking about?
I really think you should talk your father into buying some. He can afford it. And I can't stress enough the value of some really fine aluminum siding. Keeps it warm in the summer, cool in the winter, and it keeps out the sheep. Pastorelli ought to look into some, but I can't get him to understand a word I say. Can't understand why Pastorelli keeps that nasty thing in here. Must remind him of the pastures in Italy. Kinda like why I keep wrenches under my pillow, so's I can dream about plumbing.
Nice.
Well, I seen the end coming for the aluminum siding game, so I took a mail course and learned how to be a plumber. Now, there's a business that never lets up. You'd be surprised what people flush down the toilet. Well, I seen the end coming for... Pastorelli's a rube from way back. Ask Clem Parsons how he followed up with the alarm system in here. I'm a plumber. I could fix it for him, but he just won't listen. Nice to see you again, Steve.
Thanks.
Hello there, youngster. You say them aliens I was telling you about? Well, they came back last night. Cut another crop circle in my south field.
How come I never seen none of them saucers, Clem?
Them aliens is wily, Pete. You don't cross the intergalactic void without learning a trick or two. You know what Pastorelli did? Yesterday, he gets an alarm system to protect his pole. Only he don't know how to rig it, so now it's all awry. Why, that barber's pole of his is his pride and joy. Brought it all the way over from Italy, wrapped all special-like. It ain't nothing but colored glass with some bulbs stuck up in it, but he thinks it's the be-all, end-all. Installed that alarm system just to protect it. Though who in tarnation would want to steal a worthless piece of junk like that? I don't know.
Maybe them aliens, Clem.
Oh, Pete, don't be ignorant. Them aliens don't give a fig for no colored glass. You think if they can build spaceships, they can't make a dadgum barber pole? Crazy hick don't know nothing about science. Well, son, the ways of the alien is a specialized area of woodcraft unknown to all but the wiliest sportsmen. What you gotta remember is, your average alien is smarter than your average human. So you gotta be extra careful building your blind if you want to bag one.
You hunt aliens?
Son, after nailing an alien, you can never go back to quail. What, you think you can get one of those at a swap meet?
Fucking hell.
Line your blind with lead to fool their sensing machines. Lay real quiet and wait. Preferably in the woods around the nuclear base. Oh, they love messing around out there.
Why not wait outside your field, Clem? Wait for 'em to come a-carving.
Oh, they do their crop doodles with zap guns, you darn fool. Don't you know nothing? Besides, ain't no place to put the blind out in the field. Now, you listen to Clem Parsons if you want to tag an unearthly being. They cross the void, wondering what lies beyond, all the time not knowing that what awaits them is buckshot.
Nice.
Pastorelli shelled out for an alarm system, all right, but he's too cheap to hire an electrician to hook her up. Dang idiot cross-wired it to the fire sprinkler, so now when the alarm goes off, it sets the sprinkler spraying. Tarnation! Aliens looking for intelligent life ought to stay away from this shop, sure enough. Anytime, Steve.
Okay, I'm sorry, Blue Death, but we've been going for 4 hours now. And I think I will stop here, and we will continue with more Harvester later. I will take a short break, eat something, and we'll be back with another game. And yeah, so we'll do more Harvester maybe tomorrow, maybe next weekend. I'm not sure when Dwayne's are around. So I'll announce that shit anyway. But yeah, so time for watching then, and I will eat something and then I'll be back. So 10-20 minutes, and we'll play some maybe CUD. I don't know, maybe some shite, maybe Man mentioned West of Loathing supposed to be good. Looked like shite, but it might be good. I don't know. I don't own it. Who knows? Any sort of shit. So yeah, time for watching. And so it's very important to know for later reference